As a child, you would wait and watch from far away, but you always knew that you'd be the one that would quiet they all play. From dust.
It is blistering cold outside. It is once again below freezing here in West Fargo, North Dakota, 30 degrees. But the fans and players are ready for some semifinal action football. We are up here in the booth as well. I'm Jackson Miller, alongside is Dan Wolf. Dan, we are here once again. It is the season finale here for Mustang Media for the football broadcast, our 7th and final football broadcast of 2023. The Mustangs, the number 2 seed tonight, are hosting the number 3 seed Minot. Once again here in the semifinals, the Mustangs looking to go back to the Dakota Bowl for the 4th time in the last 5 years. The Minot Magicians trying to punch their first ticket since 2017, where they went on and lost to West Fargo in the Dakota Bowl that season. West Fargo completing an undefeated season that year. This is going to be an exciting evening, Dan. 2 teams that went up against each other earlier in the regular season. Mustangs got the win 28-20, and Minot looking for some revenge here as they've lost the last 6 meetings that they've played Sheyenne.
Well, you're right, absolutely, Jackson. It's great always to be part of the playoff football atmosphere. It's a little bit colder, I think, than the fans were hoping for, and that breeze is a little stiff out there. But you're absolutely right. I'm sure Minot is coming in with the thought of, hey, we've lost a string of games to this team, but the game that we played earlier this year, only about a month ago, they were ahead. They had a lead that would have given them a chance to win. They were up 20-14, and Sheyenne was able to score a couple of late touchdowns and put that one away. And so I'm sure for Minot, they're feeling like, hey, we have the ability to play with this team. We've just got to go out and do it. For Sheyenne, how sweet would that be to go to the Dakota Bowl once again? It's very much looking like whoever it is going to be facing Shanley. They're the number 1 seed, and they're playing Fargo Davies tonight. But you don't worry about that tonight. You're worried about this game in front of you. You take it play by play. You play all 48 minutes. You play until it's done, and then you worry about next week, and hope that there is a next week. So this is going to be an exciting one tonight. Both teams, I think, have reason to believe that they can win. Like always, it comes down to execution. So for our keys to the game, the one thing we've seen Sheyenne struggle with probably the most this year is the run game for opposing teams. Those big chunk plays have hurt them. Could have hurt them last week against Bismarck Century. So it's not a thing that you have to stop the run, Jackson, but I think you need to limit them. Try and take that away as much as you can, and you've used the saying bend but don't break lots of times this year, and the defense is going to have to see if they can find a way to do that once again. We know most games we talk about, Jackson, that it's one up front in the trenches, and so I think you just need to compete at the line of scrimmage all night long. You cannot let yourself be bullied. Again, it's a struggle that Sheyenne has. Big physical offensive and defensive lines kind of give them fits. So can they, compete in the trenches? On both sides of the ball, defensively and offensively. And finally, on offense, I think maintain balance. We've seen what this RPO can be like. We've seen it be explosive. We've seen the 70 burger put up at Mandan. I mean, this is a team that can score a lot of points. We know that. But I think you need to maintain balance when you're playing. Race Wilson has really come alive in the last couple weeks as being the legitimate running threat, and I think that keeps defenses honest. It doesn't let Minot focus on just taking away the pass because they don't respect your ability to run. I think that changes because of what Race Wilson is willing or is able to do. And, when it's playoff times, your stars got to shine.
Absolutely. I mean, Race Wilson, 62 catches, 667 yards, 8 touchdowns receiving on the season. And Caden Olson really has come up big this season. Struggled maybe in that game against Shanley, 4 interceptions, but that's where half of his interceptions have come in that game alone.
Right.
Since then, he's been able to adjust. Caden Olson, 2,149 yards on the season, 167 for 254 throwing, 21 passing touchdowns, and only 8 interceptions total.
And you can see the stat on the screen right now. Just in the past 2 games, Caden Olson, 16 total TDs, passing and rushing. That is a fantasy owner's dream. 795 passing yards, 93 rushing yards, and we mentioned it last week, Jackson. He has grown so much in this RPO. We knew he could sling it. We saw that early on when he had to step in when Caleb Deere was hurt early in the season, but he's starting to figure out the running part of this as well. And if we can get the Race Wilson graphic up one more time, in the last 2 games, Race 4 total TDs. He's a threat as a runner. He's a threat as a receiver out of the backfield. He's kind of that Swiss Army knife. He can do anything and everything that you need him to, and you can see that by look how even his production has been. 160 yards rushing, 157 yards receiving in the past 2 games.
Well, it's definitely been a historic season for Sheyenne offensively. Going along with Caden Olson's 21 passing touchdowns this season, he's also got 12 touchdowns on the ground, so that's 33 total touchdowns that Caden Olson has, put on the board this year, and that's, something that we've never seen from a quarterback in Cheyenne's history.
No, and it's something you don't really see a lot from any high school quarterback. And remember, he's only a junior out there, so obviously he still has some things to learn, some things to know about with this offense, and that's what's going to be exciting for next year. Is will he be able to continue to grow and do even more with this RPO that Coach Jeremy Newton has installed this year?
Well, I think before we wrap up the pregame show here, I think we just got to talk also about Jeremy Newton's success. I mean, I was doing some research before the game this evening, and Jeremy Newton last week, it was his 80th win as head coach here at Sheyenne. He's 80-25 overall. And the Mustangs, they've only missed the playoffs once. That was their first year as a varsity program back in 2014, and that was also their only losing season where they went 3-6. Ever since then, Jerry Newton's had a winning season, and it's the amount of success that he's put into this program.
It's a testament to the way the kids buy into his program, of what he and his coaches preach to the kids, and how the kids execute week in, week out, year after year after year. Most coaches would love to make a trip to the Dakota Bowl or a couple trips. This is old hat for him. He's been there so many times, but we know he would dearly love to get there one more time and have another crack at either Shanley or Davies. Speaking of that game's going on across town right now at Fargo Shanley. Shanley leads Davies 24-0 with 5 minutes left in the second quarter. So, the things that Shanley doing Shanley things, right? This is a team that puts up a ton of offense, and they're stingy on defense, and so it looks like Davies has their hands full. So it certainly looks like it might be Shanley punching the ticket on the other side of the bracket. In just a few minutes, we're going to find out who it is on this side. Is it going to be Minot, or will it be West Fargo Cheyenne?
It's going to be an exciting one this evening. We're going to direct our attention down to the PA for the national anthem.
Working the chains tonight are Matt Klayman, Kyle Benjamin, Mark Woodbury, and Les Moe. And up in the press box, we have Eric Dick, Seth Kaiser, Myron Moberg, and my name is Cameron Holland. I'm proud to be the voice of the Mustangs. A huge thank you to all event staff for helping organize tonight's events.
Hey, can you guys get...
And now, ladies and gentlemen, we ask you to please stand if you're able, remove any headwear, and remain at attention as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
Can someone get Thomas to come upstairs?
there's been a lot of history between these two teams, Dan, the Magicians and the Mustangs. Minot's looking for a lot of firsts tonight. They're looking for their first win against Sheyenne since they beat Sheyenne in the 2017 quarterfinals, 66-37. Minot went on to go to the Dakota Bowl that year before they lost to West Fargo. But yeah, that was the last time the Magicians have defeated Sheyenne. Sheyenne has won the last 6 games overall. They've won all 4 games against Minot in the regular season, and between these two teams is history. They're 2-2 against each other in the postseason. Cheyenne's won the last 2. Minot won the first 2 matchups in the postseason. They played each other in the 2015 semifinal game. So this is the second time these two teams are going up against each other in the semifinals. Minot won that first matchup 35-7, and then the Mustangs played Minot 4 years ago in 2019, which was the first year that Sheyenne got to the Dakota Bowl. The Mustangs won that game 42-7, and then 2 years ago we called this game. The Mustangs defeated Minot 28-6 in the quarterfinals. So in the regular season, the Mustangs have outscored Minot 110-48, while in the postseason, I think this is pretty interesting. Both teams have scored 114 points against each other in the playoffs. So plenty of history in the last few years between these two teams, and Minot's looking for their first state championship since 1980. They're still in the hunt for that. They haven't won one in 43 years now, so they're looking for their first since then, and then also they're looking for their first trip to the Dakota Bowl since 2017.
And it's turning out to be a pretty decent crowd, Jackson. You know, that's always a question when you look at this and the weather and those sorts of things. But there are some hardy souls out here who are bundled up. A lot of parkas and hats and mittens and those sorts of things that we see out here. A lot of blankets. The student section, it's not huge tonight, but there is a contingent of students here to watch the Mustangs take on the Magicians tonight. And I know Minot has some fans here as well, so it should be a great opportunity. Of course, next week no one's going to have to worry about the weather. The two teams that play next Friday in the Dakota Bowl, that'll take place at the Fargodome. So we're doing the coin toss right now.
So it looks like Sheyenne won the toss here.
So it looks like Sheyenne has deferred. And so Minot is going to receive the opening kick. They'll be heading south to north on the field. And Sheyenne will defend the north end zone.
Minot's definitely a team that's had, they've been to the playoffs a lot. 35 playoff appearances since 1978. They've made 21 consecutive appearances from 1997 to 2017, and they've also been to the postseason in the last 3 years now. This is their third year in the postseason in a row. And the Mustangs, obviously, they made the playoffs every year since 2015. The only year they didn't make it was 2014, which was their first year as a varsity program, as previously stated. And this is the 18th time the Magicians are in the semifinals since 1978. The Mustangs is their 5th time in the last 6 seasons that they are in the semis. So both these teams have had a lot of success here in the playoffs. This is the 6th semifinal appearance for Sheyenne overall. So, I mean, this definitely is a game with a lot of stakes. And also, I mean, it's kind of bittersweet. My last broadcast as a high school student here, last football broadcast here as a high school student, it's been a tremendous experience. I mean, I got to give credit to you, though. You've come up here and called all these games with me, Dan, and also Aaron Canole. I mean, this program wouldn't have been, a thing if it wasn't for Mr. Aaron Canole. So I definitely you got to give credit. And then just the credit to everyone that's been involved in the past, Connor Houston, Jacob Fisher, everyone Morgan
the producers, the cameramen,
yes.
all of that sort of stuff. You know, to be honest tonight, folks, it is a chilly night, but we're way better off up in the press box than some of the camera operators are tonight. And it takes a lot of work to pull off these broadcasts. And these are all West Fargo Cheyenne students that are doing this for credit, and they love what they do, and they're really talented at it.
At right guard, senior number 52, Ethan Armstrong. At center, a senior number 59, Tegan.
So the last time these two teams went up against each other was earlier this season, Dan, and there was the Mustangs escaping the Magicians 28-20, and you know that's the thing that this RPO has done for the Mustangs. They're now able to play from behind a lot better. They were behind against the Magicians in that game, 17-14.
Yeah, we've seen multiple games where it's maybe been a slow start, or we've seen times they've fallen behind, as they did against Minot earlier in the season, and they were still able to come back. The original flex offense, while it was great when you had Josh Henricks and guys that could grind up the yards like Barika Penu, it didn't offer you a lot of options if you got behind early, and so the RPO changes that completely. That's for sure. And so, you know, we'll see tonight. Again, it's exciting for the fans. It's exciting for us. Certainly exciting for the players, but it's still something. Take care of the ball, trying to eliminate turnovers, and see what we got.
Yep, so we're going to meet the defensive starters for the West Fargo Cheyenne Mustangs this evening.
Grant Knodel, defensive end, Hogwarts, House of Gryffindor.
Kate Petchak, defensive tackle, Freedom Elementary.
Giant Jolly II, nose guard, Freedom Elementary.
Connor Vansky, defensive end, Aurora Elementary. Go All-Stars.
Casey Menz, linebacker, D. Horace Elementary. Go Hornets.
Carson Wilkie, linebacker, D. Aurora Elementary. Go All-Stars.
Grant Henney, linebacker, D. Independence Elementary. Go Bulldogs. Woo!
Race Wilson, cornerback, out of the Freedom Elementary. Fly Flyers Fly.
Jameson Allen, cornerback, D. Legacy Lions.
Noah Olson, strong safety, D. Horace Elementary.
Sullivan Irie, free safety, Freedom Elementary. Go Flyers.
Assistants are Josh Kirk, Bear Reed, Mark DeLorme, Parker Sander, Andrew Rock, Bryce Westfall, Jordan Oss, Tony Herder, Amos Conley, Jake.
It's going to be all about how that defense can play defensively with the rushing, because that has been probably the only downfall to me that has stuck out for the Mustangs this year is their rushing defense.
Yeah.
They've given up a lot of yards. I mean, you look at it, they've given up 1,853 rushing yards this season,
and that is a lot, and that's something we've not been used to seeing Cheyenne teams do in the past, that's for sure. And, that's the thing with high school football. Players graduate, seniors move on, and you have to find ways to fill and to compete year to year. And certainly those athletes have done the best that they can, but that has been an area that Cheyenne struggled with at times. And really against Minot the first time, there was the 30 or 35-yard touchdown run. But that was really it. They basically had done a pretty good job. I think it was Tyson Rizika had gotten that touchdown, but really they had done a pretty good job of limiting the big runs, and that's what they've got to try and do tonight. You don't have to stop it, but you got to limit it, and you've got to be consistent with that at the line of scrimmage.
We are moments away here from kickoff. I'm going to get things underway for us this evening. The Mustangs and the Magicians looking to punch their ticket to Dakota Bowl 31 here in the semifinal, one of the two semifinal games. The winner facing the winner of the Shanley and Davie semifinal matchup, and we are underway. North Dakota high school football semifinal action here between the Magicians and the Mustangs. That's Burke on the return for the Magicians.
Decent return there. And so Cheyenne wins the toss. They elect to defer. So that means sending out your offense or defense right away. And we're going to see how well this defensive line and linebacking core is set up to, if they're prepared to handle Minot's rushing offense here tonight.
Magicians going to start from the 43-yard line. Kraft in motion. It's going to be a handoff to the tailback. That's Ruzicka.
Good job of gang tackling. And that's what you got to do with someone like Ruzicka. You just got to get there every time and see what you can do. And gang tackling. Not just putting a hit on, but wrapping up each and every time. So good job limiting Minot to just a gain of 1 to open the game.
Another handoff to Ruzicka.
Oh, boy. That was pretty obvious. Kate Petchak got tackled on there. I think that was number 64, Joby Rydstedt, that took him down. That's going to be a hold right there. So we're going to see what Coach Newton elects to do. If he's going to back up Minot.
Well, certainly this Mustang defensive line is a team, though, that has shown that they can perform. So it's going to be a replay of second down. But, yeah, the Mustangs, they've racked up their defensive line has racked up 28 sacks this year, and their leading sack, or the guy leading in sacks, is Connor Mansky.
Yep. Does a really nice job from that defensive end. He sets the edge, but also is able to get after the quarterback when the opportunity presents itself.
Run up the middle with Ruzicka again.
Little draw there. They're going to get that yardage back. So basically we're going to be back to about 3rd and 9 or 3rd and 10.
It's 3rd down and 10 for the Magi.
So the fans getting into this one early, trying to make some noise, trying to egg on that Cheyenne defense to try and get a stop here.
I think for Mustangs offense, offensively and defensively, it's going to be about, how they can, they got to punch them in the mouth early.
And all we've seen have been runs to Ruzicka so far. And
yeah, here's the first pass. The inning beater drops back. That pass is caught by number 11. That's Logan Conklin.
Good pass by Beater, right on the money to Conklin. And he's right there on the near side. Knew exactly where the sticks were. Spun around, little second effort, and he moves the chains. So first down for Minot. When you see that heavy dose of Ruzicka, you gotta honor that. He's a dangerous back. But then that makes that second level of linebackers and secondary, they keep their eyes in the backfield for just a half a second longer, and then that leads to an open receiver. Good job there.
Great tackle there at the line.
That was Mansky, like we talked about, flashing in there, crashing from the defensive end position. Going to limit Ruzicka to just the gain of 1, I think.
Mansky, he's a guy who's got a chance to make some milestone achievements for wrestling this season. To become the all-time wins and pins leader here at Cheyenne.
The wrestlers always understand leverage so well and how to use their body to create leverage. And so he does a great job as a defensive end here.
Beater drops back again. Second pass of the inning. This one's deep, and that is caught. Deep pass there.
Good adjustment by the receiver. Looked like I think it was Wilson was with him pretty much step for step. But good adjustment that, or was it Olson? But whoever it was, good adjustment by the receiver, thrown on the outside shoulder.
That was Caden Kraft on the reception. Here's Ruzicka with another run.
Number 2, Tyson Ruzicka on the carry.
So far, Minot not showing they're not afraid to air the ball out a little bit. 2 big completions, both for first downs. The second one getting them inside the red zone. This is where that bend but don't break mentality has to take over for Cheyenne. Keep it in front of you if at all possible.
Fullback here.
Number 34, Griffin Broderick on the carry.
Broderick.
Looked like Noah Olson flashing down from the outside, getting a piece of him, slowing him down enough. Third about 3, maybe a long 3.
Third ball, third down.
Up the middle once again.
That fake jet sweep, that wasn't handled very cleanly. Kind of some interference there between, I think that was maybe Beater or Kraft coming through there, and kind of hung up with Beater for a second, and then wasn't able to get that quick, clean handoff. But Minot's going to go for it here on looks like 4th and 1. Big chance for a defining stop early in the game for Sheyenne, and they may have jumped on that one.
Yep, it's encroachment there on the defensive line. So the Magicians are going to have 1st and goal here.
Hard to hear from up here if Beater kind of got him with the hard count, or just some Mustang players being really excited, trying to contain it and hold on before trying to stop Minot there.
Third ball, first down.
Another
Great
good
stop.
job. So, this is a good start for Minot. They're moving the ball, and Rosiska has really pretty well been contained. It's the passing game that has kind of hurt Sheyenne so far. So if they're able to stand tall here and hold them, I think it's 2nd and goal from about the 6. Still an opportunity for Sheyenne for a big defensive stop. There's Rosiska.
Yeah, Rosiska here around the end, and he's tackled again. No gain.
Looked like maybe he lost his footing a little bit as he went to plant that outside foot. Kind of slid. It's a quick jet sweep, and
3rd and goal from the 6 coming up here. We're already halfway through the 1st quarter. The Magi using a lot of clock here.
That's why it's a good drive for Minot. The longer you can keep that Sheyenne offense off the field and the dynamic playmakers that they have, you're going to like that. And it's a chance to hopefully try and wear down Cheyenne's defensive line if you're Minot. Little counter action here.
Look at this, and then another stop for the Mustangs. Oh, wait.
He got through first.
Looked like he got brought down early, and then he got through and kept his legs turning, and now it's going to be
4th and goal from about the 2.
4th and goal from the 2, so the 4-yard gain. Stop here for the Mustangs would be huge to make a statement early defensively.
Oh, direct snap.
Yeah, look at this.
And it's stopped.
Oh,
and the ball's out.
The ball's out. It's recovered by Sullivan Irie. He's off to the races. Rosiska fumbled. He's being chased down, and Irie's at the 20, the 15, the 10, the 5, and he's tackled just short. What a play.
I thought he had eyes in the back of his head. Making that cut at the last minute was going to keep Kraft from catching him, but Kraft manages to pull him down at the 1-yard line. When you're Sheyenne, you're hoping, hey, let's just get the stop, right? But a great pop on that. Kicks the ball loose. Johnny on the spot was Sully Irie and takes off, returns at about 97 yards. Probably think if I could just one more yard somehow, one more step.
It was actually a good move, smart move by Sullivan Irie to, change direction.
Absolutely.
It slowed him down because he actually probably could have been tackled at the 10 instead of the 1-yard line there.
I don't know if he heard Kraft running up behind him or what caused him to make that cut, but that's what got him down to the 1.
And here we go. The Mustangs going to look to punch it in here on one play. Olson's going to keep it, and he's in for just short. Got too excited. Olson looked like he was going to dive right in, and just a half yard short.
I was going to say, it got about to the half-yard line here. but still only second down for the Mustangs.
Goal from the half-yard line.
Same formation. Olsen's going. He's lost the ball, but he falls on it.
Poor snap. That's going to back Sheyenne up here to about the 7. So 3rd and goal now from the 7. You get excited. You want to punch it in on that first play, and you're just excited to try and see if you can snatch that momentum early on, Jackson. And poor snap mishandled there. So now this means some different thought process for Coach Jeremy Newton on what play he wants to run here.
It's going to be run with Race Wilson. He's in for the touchdown.
Oh,
There's a flag, though.
That might be a hold. That might be a hold, so let's hold on for just a second there.
Might be a penalty.
Yep, it's going to be holding. So Mustangs shooting themselves in the foot here after that fumble recovery. Return down to the 1.
I think that was Cade Petchak there that they got on that hold. So now 3rd and goal from the 17. Sheyenne moving the wrong direction. See if Coach Newton looks to pass to something that gets to the end zone or near.
Play action pass. Olsen fires. That pass is incomplete.
And there comes a flag on that.
Another flag. He was looking for Colby Walter there.
Looks like they're going to get a pass interference on that one.
Yeah, and Walter knew it too.
So now 3rd and goal again from about the 8.5. So that'll be a half the distance, a 15-yard variety. Can't do that, so it's half the distance to the goal.
Anthony Brown on the penalty on that pass interference call. Caden Olsen drops back, fires over the middle. Ooh, nearly caught, but that's incomplete.
I think that was Cooper Bryant. Looked like he got his hands on it. Felt like he thought he maybe had a chance at it, but unable to haul it in. So what a big momentum swing this could be, Jackson, if Minot, after letting, props to Kraft, running Sully Irie down at the 1.
It looks like it's going to be a field goal here from the 15-yard line, so that's going to be a 25-yard attempt from Odland. Snap is good, and that kick is good by Odland. Well, and the Mustangs are on the board, 3-0. So not what they wanted. Bend but don't break from Minot, but the Mustangs strike first here late in the first quarter.
Points.
What an interesting start to this semifinal football game between the Magicians and the Mustangs. Mustangs lead 3-0 with 3:26 to go here in the first quarter. We'll be right back after this short commercial break. You're watching North Dakota High School playoff football here on Mustang Media.
Jackson, it's a first for us here. We've been asked to give a shout out. So I'm going to apologize ahead of time on the pronunciation of the name. I had asked for a correct pronunciation, didn't get it, but Anne Levice apparently is tuning in from Norway, Sandefjord, Norway, and she is supporting Braden Olsen tonight. Braden Olsen, a junior running back and linebacker for the Mustangs, And so we've reached overseas, Jackson. Someone in Norway is watching us.
We've also gotten plenty of viewers out in Hawaii as well, west of us here. This one's received right around the 30. That's Burke again.
It's second time we've seen a Minot runner maybe lose footing there a little bit. Not sure if, last week it was right after a couple days of rain and snow and things like that, and there was some ice out on the field. Looks to be in good condition from up here, but on that return there was a loss of footing there, so Minot starts at their own 35.
So the Mustangs strike first with a 25-yard field goal from Chase Odland after the fumble recovery. Here's Beater rolling around, and this pass is incomplete, dropped by Kraft. He was open, wide open.
Good pass right there. Grant Knodel trying to bring some heat. Beater put it right on the money there, right on the numbers. I think Kraft may be looking to turn the ball upfield before he actually looked it in. Those are always frustrating as a coach when you had a sure reception and a guy takes his eyes off of it and ends up dropping the ball. So 2nd and 10.
Yeah, it's going to be a timeout. The offense kind of all out of sorts there. Coach Hendershot wanted to get things figured out there. Boy, I mean, that, going back to that field goal, kind of not what you wanted from the offense there, especially at the one. All he had to do was really punch it in there and keep it simple, and you come away with only 3 instead of 6, 7 plus the extra point. So,
but really only the one opportunity to run a play from the one. The penalties back them up. And something we don't see Cheyenne do a lot of is kick field goals. So Coach Newton putting his faith in Chase Odland, and he comes up big with that field goal.
But 3 is better than nothing.
3 is always better than nothing.
Gets things going. I mean, that fumble recovery did, help the momentum for the defense. So let's see if that continues here against the Magi offense here on their second drive. Handoff up the middle. Rizika once again. He breaks free. The ref got in his way.
The back judge in the way. Boy, that could have been even bigger had Rizika not run into the back judge. So fortunate there. Fortunate for Cheyenne. But that's the first kind of real big chunk yard run that Minot's been able to run off tonight. Cheyenne did a pretty good job in that first series of containing that. Again, one of our keys to the game, limit the run. You don't have to stop it, but limit it.
Rizika jumbled the ball there a little bit. He cuts back up to the left side and straight. And
so it was a good job, I think, by Knodel out there setting that edge and forcing Rizika to cut it up back inside, but he's still able to gain some yards there. And he'll bring up a 3rd and 5 opportunity here. So we're winding down towards 2 minutes to go.
Play action. Beater looks to the left. He fires. That pass is caught. Actually, we'll see if it'll hit the ground. That was really close.
It was. He lost his footing and he laid out for it, and it looked like he maybe was able to get his hands underneath, but the refs ruled that he trapped it. So a 3rd and 5, but it was a good look. He was open. Beater had a chance. Just a little low.
Very sketchy looking. Third and 4. Rizika again on the carry. Around the end, he gets the first down for the Magi.
When he gets north and south, he's a load. He gets around that corner and then turns it up and just kind of puts that shoulder down and keeps those legs churning and knocking Mustangs backwards.
5'9", 180 pounds Rizika stands at.
That low center of gravity, hard to get lower.
Fast too, yeah.
Hard to get lower than he is. So you end up taking those shoulder pads and helmet.
He's got a great build for a running back. Rizika again.
There's a good job getting him around the legs. Grant Knodel from the defensive end with the stop there.
No gain will make it second down. And
No
10
gain.
from the 40.
Up the middle again. He's been the workhorse.
Yeah. Rosiska has probably handled the ball 90% of the plays so far.
And
aside from a couple of passes, it's been heavy doses of him running the ball.
That was Broderick this time up the middle. Just his second carry of the evening. They'll go to him every once in a while. But, yeah, Rosiska, the main guy to go to out of the backfield. And for good reason. I mean, we saw in that regular season matchup. Third down and 8. Beater drops back, looks to the right side. That pass is caught. It is Conklin. Another first down for the Magi.
Just quick dig route there. Got to the sticks, held it up. Ball in the air before Conklin even had turned around. Ball right there, and that was that. And that's going to take us to the end of the first quarter.
Looks like the clock's going to run out here. Ref signaling. End of the quarter one here of this semifinal matchup. The Mustangs strike first here with only a field goal. It is 3-0 West Fargo Cheyenne. We'll be right back for the start of the second quarter. You're watching North Dakota High School semifinal football here on Mustang Media.
To our school. As a senior, tonight is his last night calling play-by-play for football. So please join me in giving a big round of applause to Jackson Miller.
It's almost like he didn't know, but others did. Congratulations again, well-deserved. I think the fans are looking for, curtain call here.
Yeah. Well, you guys, I mean, this has been a tremendous experience. I mean, again, thanks to you, Dan. I mean, this has just been it's just a experience that you never would have thought of as a middle schooler going in high school, but definitely and all the support that I've received from all you guys, it's been awesome. This is just it's lost for words at this point.
Let's mark that one down, folks. Jackson Miller at a loss for words tonight. Congratulations, Jackson. Well deserved.
The winner of the first quarter gift card, Jules Tiongson. Come on up to the press box.
All right. So Cheyenne on defense still. Minot at the Cheyenne 29. Second and 10.
For the Magi from the 29.
So false commercial call by me there, because of course I didn't see it coming. So we're back. We're right back in the action here in the second quarter underway. Beater rolls out here, first pass of the second quarter. This pass is incomplete. Irie in the coverage there. Beater's looking for Kraft.
He was in great position. Irie was there the whole time waiting on that. And Kraft went up, and they both essentially were receivers on that play. But a nice job by Grant Knodel putting pressure on Beater, not allowing him to get set and put as much air under that pass as he would have liked. So a 3rd and 9 now, or a 3rd and 10. A chance for Cheyenne maybe to get another stop here early in the half.
Beater drops back here on 3rd down. He's got pressure. He's brought down. And look who it is. It's Connor Mansky.
Mansky's going to get credit again. Beater looked like he slipped a little bit, but he was working hard at trying to escape Mansky. So, instead of a 4th and 10 where you think, yeah, we can maybe go for this, at 4th and 22, you really don't have a lot of options, I think, here if you're Minot. You probably need to bring the punt team out. See if you can pin Cheyenne deep, maybe get a stop change field position and see if you can score that way.
You got Wilson and Irie.
Fair catch called for and taken.
That's Irie
by
there.
Sullivan Irie at about the 15. So Cheyenne gets the ball for the second time, and really we didn't have a chance to see what Coach Newton probably has planned for tonight when you start first and goal from the 1 yard line. So this is really the first possession of the night offensively for Cheyenne. So we'll see what they have dialed up and what they're planning to do on this possession. We'll see if we're going to see a heavy dose of Race Wilson running or some passing or a balance. Our keys to the game, we said, I think it's important that they maintain balance here, that they,
big run,
mix runs.
Yeah. Look at Wilson. He stays on his feet there for 3 more yards. Big carry there from Race Wilson.
And I think when this RPO early in the year, this is what was missing. These plays, and we know that Barry Penu, unfortunately, injured and that sort of stuff, but Race Wilson has done a great job coming in, and he lends a dynamic to the game, to the running game that maybe Barry doesn't. Barry is much stronger, more compact, and built for running more between the tackles. And Race, we know once he gets past that first level, if he can get into the second level of a defense, he's going to cause all sorts of problems.
That's big time.
Okay.
He tripped him up, literally.
Well,
so
he tackled him there, and that was
Bryant there that got absolutely tripped up. That was so blatant. That was very obvious.
That's actually, if you're Minot, you're okay with that, because if he does not tackle the Mustang receiver there, he's gone. That's going to be a touchdown. So, when he knew he was beat, and he thought, this is my only chance, and maybe didn't mean to tackle him or trip him up like that, but he knew he was beaten, and if he did not do something about it, that was going to be a touchdown.
You have to wait until the ball is catchable. You can't just hit the guy.
Wilson's going to keep it here. Big hit there right at the 50.
Roderick there lays the wood there to him. I don't think you want Caden Olson taking those kind of direct shots. They'd successfully run a little option to the short side a little bit ago, and he had pitched to Race Wilson, and that had been successful. This time he opts to hold on to it and pays the price.
Dump off pass here to Wilson out of the backfield. Up to the 42.
Nice job. Wilson takes what is given to him. Pickup of about 7, I think.
Gain of 6 will make it 3rd down and 3 for the Mustangs.
I think there's going to be a delay of game on that one, or a false start.
Look at me. You got to give credit to the Minot crowd there on that one. I mean, they totally were.
One of the linemen flinched just a little bit there.
Yeah, I think the Minot crowd there definitely got pretty loud and maybe could have thrown off the offensive line.
So 3rd and 3 becomes 3rd and 8.
Olson fires over the middle. Incomplete.
Had Colby Walter a little bit behind him. Colby probably figuring he should have had that, but that was certainly an opportunity. So at midfield, we'll see what. Looks like Coach Newton is determined Cheyenne's going to go for it.
Wilson rolling out to the right, has some pressure from his left side, throws across his body there.
Great job.
Yeah, that's Noah Olson.
Noah Olson coming back to the ball. He run kind of a go route and he recognized that his brother was in trouble, so he turns it back, comes back to meet the ball, picks it up off the turf, a low pass, and a first down.
Yeah, Caden Olson's older brother, Noah Olson, with his first reception of the evening. Play action pass. That pass is caught there by Caleb Deere.
Nice little shake and bake by Deere as he slips a tackle, picks up a few extra. So Cheyenne developing a little rhythm here. Second and short. Leaves you lots of options with the playbook here.
Olson keeps it.
It's going to be close to moving the chains. Maybe just a smidge short.
Third down and short for the Mustangs.
Play action pass over the middle, incomplete.
That one's behind. Not Caden Olson's best pass on that.
Race Wilson, yeah, way behind him there.
Score from Shanley remains Shanley 24, Davies 0 with about 4 minutes left in the third quarter of that one. So 4th and 1.
Oh, that's definitely,
get him.
definitely encroachment.
So, we've seen Cheyenne make mistakes in these situations earlier in the game that's backed them up in these kind of crucial situations. This time they get Minot to jump on that. They bite. They were starting to send guys. They were going to run blitz that. And there's encroachment there, and that's going to move the chains. So it hasn't been a particularly clean game so far, Jackson. We've seen a handful of...
it's intercepted by Broderick over the middle. And that was deflected out of Caden Olson's arms as his arm was coming forward, and Broderick gets the first turnover forced by the Magi there.
That was a great job coming off the end by linebacker Michael George. Gets his hands up, gets a piece of Caden Olson's arm. The ball just flutters up there. Good job by Broderick looking it in, getting that interception. And maybe that's what Minot needed, was an opportunity to change momentum here with under 9 to go in the first half. See if they're able to put a drive together here that could put some points on the board.
Defensive game so far, only 3-0 here. Bad snap here. Beater gets on it. Deep pass.
Yeah.
Incomplete.
It's probably as good as you can hope for Minot for that, with that bad snap. Fortunate that no Mustang was able to get into the backfield there. Beater turns around and launches one deep out of bounds. Chance for Minot to kind of reset here on second down from their own 26.
Run out around the end here. Oh,
quick hand up, little jet sweep there.
That's Burke.
Yep.
Big hit there at the end. Tried to truck the Mustang defender.
Timed well by Minot there. As you had Burke getting there exactly at the same time as the ball. So it was a seamless handoff. Makes it third and manageable. Third and along 2, maybe 3 here.
Up the middle again here. Oh, big run here from Broderick.
Minot flexing their muscles a little bit here.
A gain of 14, first and 10 for the Magi from their own 49-yard line.
So just shy of midfield.
Temperature has dropped to 29 degrees here in this semifinal matchup here at Essentia Health Mustang Stadium. Definitely is going to be a factor once again this evening. Nice run here from Burke again.
And that motion is kind of giving Sheyenne some fits here. He gets that ball and he's already got a head of steam, and it's hard for Sheyenne to read that and set that edge. And with that speed, he's getting around the edge and getting into that second level pretty quickly. So Minot may be onto something here. Fake this time.
Yeah, this was crafted in motion. Deep pass over the middle is caught. Great pass there. And the Mustangs allow another big first down.
He finds Conklin on that one. Again, after you've been successful a few times with that play, it freezes those linebackers. They don't drop and get depth, so there's plenty of space behind the linebackers and the receiver for Beater to find Conklin on that one. Here's Rosiska. They're going to pull him down quickly there.
Gain of 1 makes it 2nd down and 9.
Run up the middle again. Rosiska once again. Oh, he breaks free, and that's a touchdown for the Magi.
First time that just kind of power run, sending that fullback as a lead blocker to clear the way. Opened up a big hole for Rosiska and right up through the middle. And Minot jumps out to a 6-3 lead with an opportunity at an extra point coming up.
18, Braden Nelson to hold. Number 3, Kellen Burke on to attempt the extra point.
The extra point is good by the Burke there. The Magi strike with the first touchdown of the game. They lead 7-3 here. 6:21 to go here in the first half. Mustangs going to look to answer back. We'll be right back. You're watching North Dakota High School football here on Mustang Media.
Also put in the time and effort to invest in new methods and treatments. Whatever you do to stay active, we are here to keep you moving. It's just who we are. Orthopedics and sports medicine like nowhere else.
The Magi strike first with the first touchdown of the game. A rushing touchdown by the man himself, Rosiska. 6:21 to go here in the first half. The Magicians looking to go to their first Dakota Bowl since 2017. The Mustangs looking to go to their 4th Dakota Bowl in the last 5 years. Squib kick here. That's Penu. Fumbled it a little bit there, but recovers on it, and he gets tackled right around just past the 20.
Number 2, Barry Penu on the return. For 65, Lincoln Brooks on the stop for the Magi.
Some diehard students out there tonight.
Big, great crowd turnout here. I mean, it is the semifinals.
It is.
So despite the 29-degree weather,
Mustangs take over 1st and 10.
Fans for sure popped out.
Well, an opportunity for Sheyenne. You know, the last drive ended in that interception as I think it was Burke that was able to get some penetration.
This one's going to go to Wilson here.
And then Broderick the interception. So Sheyenne needing to take care of the ball here, see if they can drive the length of the field and get some points before halftime. As half of the second quarter is now gone. Minot does a good job of standing Wilson up on that one.
The 3, Race Wilson on the carry.
But I believe it's enough to move the chains. It is.
That's another Mustangs first down.
So Sheyenne quickly with tempo again at the line. Looking to take advantage, see if they can strike quickly here.
Wilson up the middle again.
he's getting to that second level an awful lot. To this point, the Minot linebackers, they've been able to hold on to him when he gets to that second level, but you got to be careful. He's going to break one of these pretty soon.
Wilson Ole, very agile, great gain.
Good job picking his way through traffic. That's going to be enough again. Again, with this RPO, we talked about Jackson having balance, and I would say probably the most success they've had tonight consistently has been on the ground and not as much through the air.
Here's a pass through the air, though. Fires it deep, and it is caught! Oh, my goodness! Caleb Deere! Touchdown, Sheyenne!
No flags.
He does it again here against the Magi.
Great job high pointing that one by Caleb Deere. Goes up, catches it at its peak. The D-back giving up way too much height to Deere, and with his athletic ability, he goes up, good hands, brings it in, and just like that, Sheyenne retakes the lead.
Well, I could say, what we saw this season from Caleb Deere, good things came out of that injury, I guess you could say.
Yeah,
that move to receiver, actually, you got to give Coach Newton credit for that. The extra point by Island's going to be good here. The Mustangs lead 10-7 here with 4:43 to go in the first half. But, man, Caleb Deere is really putting on a show as a receiver now. And, Caden Olson, he's got great touch there to get that to Caleb Deere. It worked out for the Mustangs.
And Deere, being accepting, going ahead and making that switch, I'm sure that hurt to have to move from quarterback to receiver. But I think, as you look back now, Jackson, you would think, wow, this was a no-brainer. This should have been happening maybe even earlier in the season. And Caleb Deere has turned into one of the most prolific receivers in the state, as Caden Olson is one of the most prolific throwers of the ball.
Well, Caleb Deere, he's got the perfect build for a receiver. He's 6'4",
exactly.
long arms, he's fast, long legs, covers a lot of ground. What more could he ask for?
Good vertical leap. He can go up and get that. He fights for the ball.
That's the second time we've seen him make a catch like that against the Magi here. In that regular season game, he had that catch over the guy's head in the end zone. This time it's a deep pass. Caught right around the 20. Stumbles a little bit and he's able to stay on his feet and runs it in for the long touchdown. And that was a huge play that the Mustangs needed to answer back after the Rosiska rushing touchdown. A little pooch kick here from Island. Let's see what happens. Ooh,
good job.
That's Kraft there. He falls on it.
That was a good play.
Ooh, there's a flag here. Might be a late hit.
I think that's going to be maybe a late hit. Although it's hard when you're running full speed and you're looking to cover that. But I think maybe a targeting or just a late hit, as he was already down when he caught the ball, as is the rule in high school football. So interference is the call. That's 15 yards. That's going to give Minot excellent field position here. There's still over 4.5 to go here before halftime. And the way Minot moved it on the last possession, that would seem to be far more than what they would need to be able to be successful here. So Cheyenne's going to need to see if they can find a way to slow this down, as there's that jet sweep again.
Yeah, this is Burke here.
Yep. Sheyenne just hasn't had an answer for that, as that receiver, that split end, comes from the opposite side of the formation, and Minot's timing it up real well, getting that ball in the hands of Burke as he's coming through, and he gets around the end before a Sheyenne defensive end has a chance to try and set that edge. And remember, Jackson, it was last time. Then they went to the fake of that, and that's where they got that long pass. And there's the...
Yeah, look at this. Rosiska up the middle.
That's the play that they scored the touchdown on. And I think what you get going with that is there's a pulling tackle or a pulling guard from the opposite side that's kicking out a D lineman for Sheyenne, and that's what's opening that up. So Cheyenne's going to have to find a way to figure this out. This has been the thing that they've struggled the most with. There it is again.
Yeah, Rosiska again. He gets a decent game. Oh, breaks a tackle here before he gets brought down.
Number 2, Tyson Rosiska on the carry. Number 10, Casey Menz on the stop.
Yes, they've got that tackle pulling from the opposite side, tackle or guard, and then kicking out the end. And then that lets the lineman on the side of the running attack move to that second tier, to that second level. And that's all Rosiska needs is a little bit of opening, and he's going to take advantage of that.
Up the middle again, Rosiska again. Oh, ball's out. Mustangs say they have it. Of course, the bias.
And
yes, but they're correct, and the Mustangs get another turnover. Rosiska fumbles for the second time this evening. As they were driving, too. You got fans yelling, you got to use it now. Yeah, they're not wrong. Let's see if the Mustangs can capitalize here on another turnover.
Both Sheyenne and Minot have scored on turnovers tonight. Minot, after their interception, gets a touchdown. Sheyenne got a field goal off that first one. Let's see if off this second fumble recovery, they're able to do something with this with just under 3.5 to go before halftime.
With this, the tempo of the Mustang offense increased. Now they're able to score here in a shorter amount of time.
Sheyenne with all 3 timeouts.
Here's a great pass to start, and that's Caleb Deere on the reception.
That's going to get a first down. So the good thing there is some breathing room. Get out of the shadow of your own end zone. You don't need to get a touchdown immediately. Oh,
bad pitch here. And Wilson, good job staying with that. Ball's out again.
But they were saying he was down by contact. But
Haas was there anyway to get on the second.
That pitch came out awfully low from Caden Olson. That was barely at knee level for Race Wilson and didn't get to him. And so that one's going to be a loss of about 6 on that.
Well, the cold weather's definitely got to be a factor. The hands are numb and Caden Olson's out there with bare hands and below freezing weather.
Ooh,
nearly intercepted. That's incomplete. He's looking for Caleb Deere.
Pass intended for number 15, Caleb Deere, is incomplete.
He pumped for a second. He was thinking he had an opportunity to fit it in there, and good defense by Minot. It's going to bring up 3rd and 15.
Great stop there for the Magicians.
Pass completes number 15, Caleb Deere. Brought down immediately by number 33, Brady Larson.
So 4th and 15. I don't think there's much choice here for the Mustangs but to go ahead and punt this one away.
Caleb Deere on the reception.
At 2:26, this is...
The second charge timeout. Please reset the game clock. 2 minutes, 30 seconds. 2:30. Thank you.
Caleb Deere just gets stopped, hits a wall. Big stop from the Magi.
So I think that's the second timeout used by Minot here. Trying to conserve some time, see if they can put a quick drive together. Sheyenne gets the ball to start the second half. So if you're Sheyenne or Minot, you would desperately love to get some points out of this going into half. A chance to tie it or maybe take a lead, knowing that you're going to give the ball to Sheyenne on the first possession of the second half.
Number 18, Connor Mansky in punt formation. Number 3, Kellen Burt deep for the Magi.
It's going to be a fake here. Look at this. Irie on the carry here. And he's going to get a block. And the Mustangs, they're going to get the first down. On 4th.
Mansky sells it well. Direct snap to Sully Irie. He gets the caravan of blockers out there and just puts his head down and gets something going.
On 4th and 15, what a gutsy call there from Coach Newton, and it pays off. So certainly when the Magi thought they were going to get the ball back there, not to be. Mustangs keep the drive alive.
Number 3, Race Wilson on the carry. 51 to Jarius Jones on the stop for the Magi.
So continuing no huddle.
Gain of 3 seconds.
Minute 45, still time with 3 timeouts to try and make something happen. You need a bunch of yards somewhere along the way here. As
play action pass here. Kane Olsen fires, and that is incomplete. He's looking for Caleb Deere there once again.
Number 5, Anthony Brown on the coverage for the Magi.
So third and 7, I should say, on this one.
Deep pass fires. It is caught. Oh, what a catch there. Look at this. It's Colby Walter.
Cheyenne hustling to the line again. Keeping that tempo going.
Over the middle, that's Bryant.
Quick slant to Cooper Bryant.
Pass complete to number 12, Cooper Bryant.
That'll get you half the time, and I think that's going to be the first time out for the Mustangs at 1:04. So still 2 timeouts and a minute to go at the 28-yard line of Minot. Boy, this is demoralizing for Minot. You know, you have Cheyenne backed up at a 4th and 15, punter standing almost with his back to the end zone. You give up the fake punt for a first down. You give up the big pass to Colby Walter. You know, you had a chance. You were thinking, hey, if we can get this, we have a couple minutes to try and put some points on the board. Here, Cheyenne has a chance to do that double dip here. If they're able to get some points right before halftime and then take the second half kickoff, if they could add to it, that's going to put a lot of pressure on the Minot Magicians.
It has been an electrifying semifinal football game here between the Mustangs and the Magicians. 10-7 the score. We've seen a lot. We've seen a big fumble recovery, return down to the 1, which only resulted in a field goal. We saw a big touchdown pass to Caleb Deere, and then Rosiska with the touchdown for the Magi, and the Mustangs capitalizing on a 4th and 15. And now they're driving once again here late in the first half. Caden Olsen fires that pass. Oh, it's caught!
Touchdown.
Touchdown, Colby Walter!
Great play design by Coach Newton. They roll the pocket, they move the pocket for Caden Olsen, and that is such a tough pass. If you're a right-hander moving to your left, to throw that with precision, with some zip on it, and to place it, you know, with a little touch as well. What a great pass by Caden Olsen, and a touchdown for Colby Walter, 16-7.
Colby Walter with 2 big catches there on that drive.
Sullivan Irie to hold. Chase Adland on to attempt the extra points.
Adland good on his first 2 kicks of this evening. A field goal and an extra point. Here's a second extra point attempt, and it is good.
Boy, what a gut punch for Minot.
Oh, man.
You have Cheyenne buried deep, 4th and 15 from about the 5-yard line. You think, man, we've got a great opportunity. 3 minutes later, you're looking at a 10-point deficit, and now you only have 1:05 to score on your own, and then you know that you're giving the ball to Cheyenne to start. Riverboat Jeremy, I don't know. Gambler Newton, we're going to have to come up with some kind of moniker for him, because that was a great gamble. It was an opportunity, you know, and that always looks great if it's successful. You're like, oh, what a genius! What a way to catch him sleeping on that one. And then when it's unsuccessful, boy, you know, people remind you of that one for a long time if the game doesn't work out for you. So, as you said, Jackson, gutsy call for Coach Newton, paid off. They didn't look back. They remained aggressive. And here they are up 10 with 1:05 to go.
Number 4, Aaron Crestwich is deep for the Magi.
Back-to-back touchdowns for the Mustangs. Deere and Walter on those. Caden Olsen delivering great passes this evening once again, despite the below freezing weather. The man just continues to perform game after game. The Mustang offense. Oh, look at this. Yep, Burke looked like he's going to break free.
Almost got around that edge.
On the return for the Magi.
So 1 minute even, one timeout for Minot. Be great to see if Mansky or Knodel, Kate Petchak can put some pressure on Beater. Undoubtedly, Minot's going to have to put the ball in the air a couple of times on this, but you got to make sure that defensive line and that second tier of linebackers continue to hold their own and do their job supporting the run. If they try and go to Rosiska, which they do to start, good job right there.
The defensive line making a great play. Deep pass from Beater. Incomplete.
Beater's pass intended for number 17. Caden Kraft is incomplete.
Kraft is intended target. Kraft did a really good job of not looking back or turning back for that ball until the last second. So as Race Wilson and Sully Irie were with him, they didn't know that the ball was almost there, and Kraft almost able to haul that one in, but unable to. And now 3rd and 10 with 36 ticks left here in the first half. There's that jet sweep again to Burke.
That's a great block, and Burke comes back to the left.
Yeah. Cheyenne, that's something they're certainly going to have to address at halftime, talking about what's going on with that play. Obviously, that's something maybe they weren't prepared for, or it's a wrinkle that Minot, something that's new to that play that they've added. And that is giving Cheyenne fits right now as there's 30 seconds. And Minot is driving. They're at the 39, and there it is again. Same play.
Yep.
There's a great job. Who do you expect?
It's Connor Mansky.
Connor Mansky. Great job setting the edge there. Minot uses their last time out here with 19 seconds. So now if you're the Mustang coaching staff, you got to make sure you can't let Kraft, you can't let Conklin, no one gets behind you in the backfield, in the defensive backfield. And then I think the important thing here for the linemen, I know you want to pin your ears back, you want to go and try and get a sack, but you've got to stay in your rushing lanes. Don't let Beater get outside of that. Buy time. You know, we've seen that Kraft and Conklin are good at moving around and kind of reacting to where Beater's at. And so you've got to maintain your discipline, your lane discipline when you're rushing, so that you keep Beater contained in the pocket and give your D-backs and safeties a chance to play defense, knock a pass down, or maybe snatch one out of the air.
Beater drops back, pump fakes, he's sacked!
Nope,
Holmes breaks out of it, and he's sacked!
And then there's Mansky again.
Connor Mansky on the sack once again.
Minot trying to hustle to the line.
Trying to get one more play off here, 1 second. Let's see if they spike it.
They spiked it. Not sure what they're going to say. They're going to say there's 1 second left.
It's going to be from the 46-yard line.
It should be halftime.
And Jamison Allen is a little gimpy there. Looked like he had hurt himself.
It is 4th down for the Magi.
Twisted an ankle or something, so he's going to come off. Now, there's going to be a timeout here by Jeremy Newton. Again, you can't take them home, right, Jackson? You can't take them with you, so you're going to make sure that you have an opportunity to have your defense aligned exactly the way that you want, knowing that there's 1 second. So, you know, I guess a couple of options here. Are you looking for anything deep or some trickery, right? A pass that's short and the ball getting lateral, a little hook and ladder type of situation, something like that. I'm sure the Cheyenne coaching staff going over the possibilities that might be happening with this particular play.
Minot's going to have one more play here from the 46-yard line, trying to make something happen here before halftime. Down 2 scores. Hail Mary pass here, and that is incomplete, and that will bring us to halftime of the semifinal matchup. The Mustangs lead 17-7. They score 2 consecutive touchdowns, receiving touchdowns by Caleb Deere and Kobe Walter. Kobe Walter had an electrifying drive on that last drive for the Mustangs. And the Mustangs are going to go into the locker room with the lead. We'll see what the second half's going to bring us. It sure will be exciting. The Mustangs are now 1/2 away from another Dakota Bowl appearance. Magi looking for their first trip since 2017. We'll be right back after the short intermission for the start of the second half. Don't go anywhere, folks. This is going to be a good one.
In this place, we face obstacles like nowhere else. The clock, the trail, the hill, the challenge that's always waiting. When that challenge comes, we'll meet it together. Because it's your chance to show what you're made of. Tenacity, resilience, and the power to prove that the toughest competition comes from within. This is orthopedics and sports medicine like nowhere else.
Here, when our path takes an unexpected turn, we keep moving forward. When life sends us a message, we listen. When you're determined to beat the odds, we help you plan for what's next. This is commitment, resourcefulness, determination. These are remarkable people doing remarkable things together. Here, when your future lies ahead, we help set you on the right course. When your whole world is about to change, we help you prepare for your new life. When staying healthy means staying informed, we help you find answers. This is perseverance, understanding, connection. These are remarkable people doing remarkable things together.
Our health. It's what keeps us doing what we love. It keeps our communities strong. So, how are you doing? There's no easier way to take care of yourself than checking in with us, your primary care team at Essentia Health. In person or online, we offer scheduling and appointment options that fit your life. We'll care for you today and keep an eye on things for the future, and if needed, get you back on track. So take some time to connect with us, because it's always good to check in. Our health. It's what keeps us doing what we love. It keeps our communities strong. So, how are you doing? There's no easier way to take care of yourself than checking in with us, your primary care team at Essentia Health. In person or online, we offer scheduling and appointment options that fit your life. We'll care for you today and keep an eye on things for the future, and if needed, get you back on track. So take some time to connect with us, because it's always good to check in.
In this place, we face obstacles like nowhere else. The clock, the trail, the hill, the challenge that's always waiting. When that challenge comes, we'll meet it together. Because this, it's your chance to show what you're made of. Tenacity, resilience, and the power to prove that the toughest competition comes from within. This is orthopedics and sports medicine like nowhere else.
Here, when your future lies ahead, we help set you on the right course. When your whole world is about to change, we help you prepare for your new life. When staying healthy means staying informed, we help you find answers. This is perseverance, understanding, connection. These are remarkable people doing remarkable things together.
What does it take to make fitness part of your lifestyle? It's intention. It's commitment. It's resilience. It's just who you are. You put in the time and effort to stay active. Our expert orthopedic and sports medicine providers also put in the time and effort to invest in new methods and treatments. Whatever you do to stay active, we are here to keep you moving. It's just who we are. Orthopedics and sports medicine like nowhere else. Our health. It's what keeps us doing what we love. It keeps our communities strong. So, how are you doing? There's no easier way to take care of yourself than checking in with us, your primary care team at Essentia Health. In person or online, we offer scheduling and appointment options that fit your life. We'll care for you today and keep an eye on things for the future, and if needed, get you back on track. So take some time to connect with us, because it's always good to check in.
Here, when our path takes an unexpected turn, we keep moving forward. When life sends us a message, we listen. When you're determined to beat the odds, we help you plan for what's next. This is commitment, resourcefulness, determination. These are remarkable people doing remarkable things together.
Do you ever do when Mustangs are coming out? No, I'm saying when they're coming out.
Welcome back to the field, your Sheyenne Mustangs.
Second half, couple minutes away from getting underway. 17-7, we got the score for you here between the Mustangs and the Magi. What an electrifying first half that was. And looks like Shanley pulled off the 31-8 victory over Fargodome. So Shanley's back in the Dakota Bowl for the second straight year. So the winner will take on the defending champ Deacons. And the Mustangs 1 half away from doing so. They're looking to make their fourth trip in the last 5 years. The Magi looking for their first trip since 2017. Boy, down the street, it looked like the Mustang offense was a little shaky there at the start, but they heated up offensively. You got those deep passes from Caden Olson to Caleb Deere and Colby Walter for touchdowns, and that definitely gave all the momentum to the Mustangs. And how about the converting on the 4th and 15, Dan? That totally, Minot did not see that coming. That totally was a punch to their gut.
Absolutely. Early in the game, Sheyenne kept kind of shooting themselves in the foot every time they had an opportunity to extend a drive and keep things going. They would end up with some kind of penalty that would set them back and put them in a position that they couldn't get out of. And then you had the turnover on the interception that Broderick had. But then they settled down in that second quarter, and as you mentioned, the two big plays to Deere and to Walter. But maybe the play of the game so far was indeed that fake punt. You backed up to the back of your end zone. The direct snap to Race Wilson or to Sully Irie, and he gets just enough to get the first down, extends that drive. Again, Sheyenne gets the ball to start the second half, and as you mentioned, just a gut punch for Minot. They worked all that, they put in all that effort. They thought they had an opportunity to kind of take some momentum into halftime and make Sheyenne play from behind, and now Minot themselves find themselves down 10, 17-7.
So, I think the Mustangs offensively, they just got to keep going with that. They got to keep putting pressure against the Magi, just like they've been doing teams all season long with this new RPO. And then the Magi, they're going to have – I think they should stick with what, offensively, they didn't play bad offensively. They were driving on both those drives where they had turnovers, the 2 turnovers they had there, the fumbles by Rosiska.
Yep.
They were driving on both of those.
And they've had a lot of success with that jet sweep, bringing that flanker from the other side of the formation. And they've been able to get around the end, whichever way they are going, and really do some damage to Sheyenne. And then with that power run game, that play where they're sending the lead fullback up as a lead blocker, but they're bringing a tackle or a guard from the other side, the opposite side, and kicking out that end. That's hurt Sheyenne as well. That's where Rosiska got the one touchdown for Sheyenne. So each team certainly with some things to address defensively and probably offensively on things that they want to try and get done here in the second half. Tonight, the Sheyenne Mustangs girls volleyball team took on Devils Lake in the play-in round of the EDC girls volleyball tournament. They won 3-0, 3 sets to 0, so that's going to set up a meeting with Red River, who they split with during the regular season. Sheyenne won here at Sheyenne, lost at Red River, and they'll be heading up to Red River on Tuesday night for that match. So if you are a Mustang volleyball fan, that's something to keep an eye on. Also in the 11A playoffs, Fargo North currently leads Horace 17-0 with about 11 minutes left in the third, and Grand Forks Central up 7-0 over Jamestown. Again, the winners of those two games meeting in the Dakota Bowl next Friday. And a shout out, since this is our night of shout outs, shouting out to Ross Richards. You mentioned all this history of the origins of the Sheyenne football team and that sort of stuff. Ross Richards, of course, the original, the OG athletic director, activities director at Sheyenne High School. He is now retired and living it up in Florida. And he is watching tonight from there as well. So a shout out to Norway, a shout out to Florida, and we're hoping to get a touchdown for Race Wilson tonight. So his cousin Marty Wedham has to buy a round of drinks at the bar in Maui. So maybe just mentioning Marty Wedham is enough to cause the round of drinks to be bought. But we'll see if Race Wilson can go ahead and punch one in yet tonight.
The Mustangs are going to begin the first drive of the second half of the 28. They've scored the last two touchdowns in this match.
Boy, to use some time and to come away with some points here would be fantastic if you're Sheyenne. If you can extend this lead, eat some time, and really that leaves such a small margin of error for Minot moving forward. You know you're going to have a limited number of possessions left if you're Minot, and that pretty much means you're going to have to score on virtually every one of them.
First pass of the second half is incomplete.
Good hands up by the Minot defensive line, getting a hand on that, tipping it down. So a 3rd and 10, or 3rd and 9 for the Mustangs here. Not exactly the start they were hoping for here in the second half. We'll see what Coach Newton comes up with on this play.
Here we go, play action pass. Caden Olson's going to look over the middle, and that pass is caught. Just short of the 50. That's Caleb Haas.
Good patience. Caden Olson feels the pressure on the outside, steps up in the pocket, delivers the ball in a good spot for Caleb Haas. Haas catches it, makes sure he secures it, and good answer, good conversion on 3rd and long for the Mustangs.
Another pass, caught by Bryant.
Olson's pass completes number 12, Cooper Bryant. Knocked out by number 5, Anthony Brown.
Olson's going to keep it now.
Hard to tell. A couple fans wanted a horse color on that. I think that looked like a handful of jersey from here, but regardless, Caden Olson is pulled down short of the line to gain, so it's going to bring up a 3rd and about 3 here. 3rd and 4. Ooh. And
look at this pass. Look at it. Oh, my goodness. What a run by Cooper Bryant inside the 10.
Boy, that was so close to being picked off. The D-back for Minot almost got a hand on it, unable to. No one in front of Bryant. Turns that into a huge gain inside the red zone, and a possibility of a quick strike touchdown here for Sheyenne to start the second half.
Ooh, Olson stopped for a 2-yard loss.
So Caden Olson is hit in the backfield, brought down by number 13, Michael George.
To the corner.
Minot just loading up on those A-gap blitzes. They're getting on either side of the center, and they're sending guys. Figuring what do you have to lose at this point, I imagine, is you're just going to bring pressure right up the middle and see if you can get in the face, in the throwing lane of Caden Olson. But you can see those guys on the last one, they come up to that A-gap. They're going to play it back this time.
Oh, looking for Caleb Deere again. That's incomplete. Great coverage there by Brown.
That was contact early, but refs determining that the defender was going after the ball, so no call on that. 4th down. 4th and goal from about the, looks like the 11.
Mustangs not going to attempt the 28-yard field goal. They're going to go for it here. On 4th down. Over 50% on their 4th down conversions this season. Caden Olson, it's caught, touchdown, it's Race Wilson. There it is, Dan. Race Wilson got his touchdown. It's a receiving touchdown, and the Mustangs are now up 3 scores.
I bet it costs the same in Maui, so congratulations to Race Wilson. 23-7 now. Minot brought pressure from the edge, and they got to Caden Olson just a bit late. And Caden Olson delivers it on time to Race Wilson, and a 23-7 lead, a 3-score lead. Again, this is, if you're Cheyenne, backed up like they were at the end of the first half, you go down, you score, now you score on this opening possession of the 3rd quarter. This is a dream scenario. This is exactly what you wanted to have happen. Now you're in the driver's seat here. There's a penalty on that extra point. See what they're going to. Okay.
Yep. So it's going to be good. And then we'll be enforced on the kickoff. Caden Olson with his 3rd passing touchdown of the game here in this semifinal matchup, 24-7. And as you said, Dan, the Mustangs are now in complete control of this. It's just whether or not they keep their foot on the gas there in the driver's seat.
Yeah, I think, that's the thing. You maybe pull back a little bit, but you don't want to get ultra conservative here. You stick with the things that you've done well all year. I would think certainly you want to provide a heavy dose of Race Wilson running in the second half. And you just got to see now, as this will be Minot's very first possession of the half. We'll see if they've figured out Cheyenne, if their Cheyenne defense has figured out something for that jet sweep and for that pulling guard play, that power eye, or that blast up the middle that Rosiska scored on in the first half. So not often you see a team kicking from past midfield, but that's indeed the situation here. They're going to try and do a quick kick that goes off the hands of the Minot receiving team, but they cover it up, and they're going to be pinned pretty deeply back at about their own 12 to start half number 2 for the Magicians.
10:08 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Another 12 to go in the 4th. The Mustangs 22 minutes and 8 seconds away from another trip to the Dakota Bowl.
Minot will start 1st and 10 from their own 13-yard
Winner plays Shanley, the defending champs. They defeated Davies 31-8 this season, or excuse me, this evening.
And there's that jet sweep, bringing that flanker from the opposite side.
24, Grant Henny on the stop.
Decent job there by Cheyenne, limiting Minot to only a yard on that.
Gain of 2 will make it 2nd down and 8 for the Magicians.
Now they're going to fake that. And
Peter's going to drop back
pass.
and long pass, and that is incomplete, out of the reach of Conklin.
Oh, boy. There's going to be some pass interference, defensive pass interference there. That's going to be called on. Who was that? Is that number 6? I mean, that pass seemed to be out of the reach, but number 3, Race Wilson, going to pick up that one. Again, all predicated off that action of that jet sweep coming across the formation. It's going to be 10-yard penalty, and that's going to be enough to move the chains for Minot.
Mustang fans did not like that at all. Look at this, the defensive line comes up big here at the line of scrimmage.
55K Petschok on the stop. Gain of 1, 2nd and 9 from the 31.
Beater drops back, looks across the middle. That is caught by Logan Conklin. Boy, what a catch that is. And Allen's going to try to track him down. No, he does not. And the Magi respond with another touchdown. This time it's Logan Conklin. What a pass, what a catch. And the Magi are back within 2 scores.
Conklin doing what Deere does so well, picking that at the high point, going up, out leaping that D-back. D-back going after the ball, falls down, and Conklin takes off, and he's able to convert. So quick answer from Minot. That's what they needed. So quick answer and a chance to pull within 10.
It's good, 24-14. It's a 2-score game. Once again, leads back down to 10 for the Mustangs. This game just continues to be wild. 8:53 to go here in the third quarter. The Mustangs still lead, but the Magi respond with a big touchdown there by Logan Conklin. You're watching North Dakota High School semifinal football here on Mustang Media.
Our health. It's what keeps us doing what we love. It keeps our communities strong. So, how are you doing? There's no easier way to take care of yourself than checking in with us, your primary care team at Essentia Health. In person or online, we offer scheduling and appointment options that fit your life. We'll care for you today and keep an eye on things for the future. And if needed, get you back on track. So take some time to connect with us because it's always good to check in.
Looking off for the Magi, number 3, Kellen Burke. Deep for the Mustangs, number 3, Race Wilson.
$8:53 to go here in the third quarter. Logan Conklin with a big reception that turned into a touchdown, and the Magi are back within 2 scores there. Great return up past the 40.
Number 32, Tate Herman on the return.
Both these teams meeting in the semifinals for just the second time. Their 5th postseason meeting overall. 2-2 against each other in the postseason. Minot winning the first 2. Mustangs have gotten the better hand the last 2 postseason meetings against the Magi. It's been 6 years since the Magi have beaten the Mustangs. Here's a run up the middle to start off the drive. Race Wilson just hits a wall.
So those were plays that Cheyenne was able to pick up 4 or 5 yards early on in the game. Minot up to the task that time. We'll see if Cheyenne continues to run Wilson at them or go to the air.
Incomplete.
That one a little bit behind Bryant, and a lot of speed on that one. Cold ball, cold night, unable to pull that one in, even with the gloves on. Cheyenne gonna huddle up for this one, wanting to make sure they know exactly what they want to do on this. Still about 15 to go on the play clock, but 3rd and 9 upcoming.
Kane Olsen rolling to his left. He's going to throw across his body, and that is incomplete. He was looking for Walter. And the Magi here now giving the Mustangs some adversity. It's 4th and 9, and that's going to be a quick 3 and out. And the Magi now have a chance to make this a 1-score game here on this next drive.
Number 18, Connor Mansky in punt formation for the Mustangs. Deep for the Magi is number 3.
I don't think you can go back to the well here on the fake punt. I think we're going to see Mansky give this one away. Takes a decent Mustang bounce.
It's going to trickle right just inside the 30 there.
So it's hard to believe, Jackson. 2 touchdowns, a 3 and out, and we're only 4 minutes into the third quarter.
Yeah, it's already 8:35. So definitely one of the slower moving games that we've broadcasted this year. And the temperature has just continued to drop. It's now down to around 26 degrees or so. It is cold out there. But a lot is on the line despite that. A trip to Dakota Bowl 31. Here's a run with Broderick up the middle.
34 Griffin Broderick on the carry. Number 13 Sullivan Irie on the tackle. Gain of 4 will make it 2nd down and 6.
Here's Burke. Almost broke the tackle. Gets a decent gain.
Stop by number 10, Case of Men's. A Mustang fans.
I think, aside from the pass play to Conklin, those are the 2 plays we've seen Minot run. Is that jet sweep and then that power run. They believe that they're still going to be able to pull that off and that Cheyenne's not going to be able to stop them. 3rd and 3 here. There's a traditional run.
Yeah, look at this. It's Broderick up the middle here. And oh boy, he's got some speed. Breaks the tackle. And Broderick's down the sideline. He's in for the touchdown. The Mad Giant within 1 score. Things have just gotten interesting. Magi have responded with 2 consecutive touchdowns. It is now a game again, Dan, and when 24-7 in the blink of an eye, it's now an opportunity here to be 24-21 here with this extra point attempt.
Well, we talked about at the opening, Jackson, one of the things, limit the run tonight, take away those big chunk gains, and Sheyenne is, I don't know if it's a fatigue factor or if some adjustment that Minot has been able to make, as that one is not going to be any good.
Wow.
Which could be a big factor later in the game. But, Cheyenne had done a decent job of limiting the run early in the first half, but we've seen this multiple times this year. These are the types of plays that they struggle with. And so you're going to ask that defense once again to bend and not break.
It's definitely their kryptonite. As we said, coming into this game, the Mustangs have given up 185.3 rushing yards per game on average, which is 1,853 yards coming into this one.
Number 3, Kellen Burke to kick off for the Magicians. Deep for the Mustangs, he's number 3, Race Wilson.
Little squib kick here received.
Number 12, Cooper Bryant.
Bryant on the return.
So this is certainly taking a little starch out of the Mustang crowd. They're kind of sitting here in disbelief at Minot reeling off the 2 touchdowns here in the second half.
It's definitely what Minot needed, and that definitely gives you the momentum. It's like it's theft. I mean, they just stole it right back from the Mustangs.
Sheyenne came out and did exactly what they needed to do, that score, quick score on the opening possession. And right after that, Minot responds, a quick 3 and out. Minot responds, and suddenly we're at 24-20. Quick pass outside that's going to get a couple, but bring up 2nd and 8.
2nd and 9 for the Mustangs.
Kane Olsen fires.
And there comes a
Incomplete.
flag.
Yep, here's pass interference. There you go. Caleb Deere, yeah, he wanted that. The fans wanted it too.
Minot bench not happy with that call. But it looks like it's going to be defensive pass interference and automatic. And a first down for Sheyenne.
That's on Brown. That's his second penalty he's committed this game, personally.
Doesn't matter how you get there, Jackson. You just got to keep those chains moving. And whether it's by penalty, whether it's on the ground, whether it's in the air, you just got to find a way. You know, you're in the second half of a state semifinal game. This kind of becomes one of those things of who wants it more, who's willing to work harder for it, who's willing to dig deeper. As we see Caden Olson keep it on that one. Pickup of a couple.
Absolutely. I mean, Minot, this is the 18th time they've been in the semifinals since 1978. Here's Wilson, breaks a tackle.
Great job by Race Wilson. That could have easily been a tackle for loss. Manages to get back close to the line of scrimmage. Not really a whole lot more, maybe a yard or two. But it's going to bring up 3rd and long here for Sheyenne.
3rd down and 7 for the Mustangs.
Olsen throws across his body again. That pass is caught. Great catch there by Walter.
Good job by Colby Walter, just finding that soft spot in the zone and just sitting down right in there, looking it into his hands. Didn't have to make a big play after the fact. He just needed to come down with that one, and that's going to be enough to move the sticks.
Great dump off pass here to Wilson.
Pass completes number 3, Race Wilson. He's escorted out of bounds by number 33, Brady Larson.
Gain of 1 maybe? No gain? Bad pass.
Oh, it's caught! Touchdown, Caleb Deere!
Wow.
Another one!
A bad snap that Olson picks up, and everyone seemed to kind of stand there in disbelief, not knowing what was going on, and Deere just streaking along, and Olson finds him.
4th passing touchdown for Caden Olson this game, and the 2nd receiving touchdown for Caleb Deere. And he just continues to put on a show at wide receiver, and Olson delivering another great throw in stride. I mean, it's just incredible to see how far he's come this season at quarterback.
Oh, he's grown so much since, September when he first, and that one's going to be blocked.
Well, yeah,
that comes off the edge.
Coming around the corner, I'm like, oh, that's going to get blocked, and it does.
That was number 13. That was number 13 for Sheyenne, or for the Magicians, coming around the end and blocking that one. Michael George, great effort by him. So you thought, well, okay. Sheyenne fortunate that Minot missed an extra point. Now Minot blocks an extra point, brings it back to a 10-point lead.
Boy, what a wild one. Another game that's just been absolutely wild. I got to say, I think this has been the best, most fun year of football we've called out of the 3.
It just when you think you've seen everything, you think, well, they can't put up more points. They can't come up with another big play. Sheyenne has found a way to do that time and time and time again.
Well, certainly the opponents they've been playing, they've been putting points on the board too. It's just been a while. The offenses that we've seen this year from both sides, it's just been electric. I mean, I think it's just early in the season it definitely set the tone. That new RPO has definitely paid off. I mean, we saw the game against Davis was more of a defensive game. I mean, the Mustangs came out offensively hot early in that game, all 21 points in the first quarter, but then that wild win against Century, the offense continues to put on display, and then the 70 points against Mandan. It's just, to sum it up, I mean, it's definitely the most exciting year of football that we've called.
Yes, absolutely. If you like points, you come and watch a game that Sheyenne is playing, and you will see plenty of them. So Minot's going to start just shy of midfield. they've scored quickly and often here in the second half. Let's see if Cheyenne's able to dial up something that slows Minot down a little bit. They haven't been able to do that thus far in the second half. There's Rosiska.
Yeah, Rosiska again here around the end.
Number 2, Tyson Rosiska on the carry.
You know, he has had the 2 fumbles, and they've certainly hurt Minot tonight, but he's also been that workhorse. He has done a tremendous job of shouldering the load and continuing to give tremendous effort as the game has gone on.
9 on the play, second down and 1.
So he picks up 9.
Still 4 minutes to go here in the third quarter. It's been a wild one. 2 touchdowns each from both teams here. 26 points combined in this third quarter alone.
So Minot picks up the first down. Would not be shocked to see them go with a little play action look and maybe try and look down the field once for probably Conklin, maybe Kraft, but most likely Conklin. Oh, there was,
it's definitely a hold.
No, it was the Minot receiver on the far side was in motion. He was backing up as the ball was being snapped.
Illegal motion.
So that's going to be a legal motion or a false start, and that's going to back Minot up 5 yards. He did it right in front of the side judge.
I think that's the first non-holding call that we've seen offensively.
Yeah.
Illegal shift on the offense.
Yeah.
5-yard penalty. Still first down.
So it'll be a 1st and 15 now for Minot as we're at 3.5 minutes to go here in quarter number 3.
From the 47-yard line.
Man, this game is just a lot of stoppages, a lot of scores.
Yeah.
Definitely on pace to go until 9:30. Ooh, Kraft tripped up there while he's in motion.
Play action. And
here's Peter down the field. Oh,
there he is going for, as I said, Conklin. Watch out for that play action look and then going for Conklin long.
Man, he got bumped there, and I thought there was going to be another pass interference.
Kind of undercut, but the ref decided it was an incidental contact, I think, that he was not trying to intentionally initiate contact. He was trying to undercut the route by Conklin there, and so Cheyenne gets away with that one. 2nd and 15. Conklin thought he had been interfered with, but no call from the refs.
Yeah, they faked the hand
little
to Kraft.
Misdirection.
Yeah, Rosiska up the middle.
So good job. About 3rd and 11 here, upcoming. I imagine we're in 4-down territory for Minot. It's the state semifinals.
It's from the 43. Peter drops back, and that pass is out in front too far, and that's incomplete.
He's going for Burke on that, and that's a really tough pass because there's no angle with that. That receiver is running away from you, and Cheyenne had men over the top, and so that means you have to drop it right over that second tier of guys, and that's just a really tough throw. Beater unable to do that.
Big stop there for the Mustangs.
So 4th and 11, and then they're going to punt. Or we think they are.
Yeah, you always got to be ready for the fake.
So a little directional punt here. Irie's going to let that bounce.
Decent punt. Oh, bounces forward a little bit in favor for the Mustangs, but that's going to be right around the 16, 17-yard line. That's where the Mustangs will begin.
Well, Cheyenne came up with a stop. That was needed just to kind of get their feet under them.
The game clock, 2 minutes, 33 seconds, 2:33.
You know, it seemed the way Minot had come out in the second half that there was no chance Cheyenne would have of slowing that offense down. So that was a big possession there defensively for Cheyenne to come up with a stop, to get a punt, and now here's a chance to maybe run some clock, if at the very minimum flip the field. But obviously Cheyenne, Coach Newton, he's going to be looking to see if he can get some points out of this.
Yeah, you definitely got to stay aggressive here. It's only a 2-score game, 10-point game.
Olsen keeps that on the ground.
Number 7, Caden
He'll
Olsen
pick
on
up
the
about
keeper.
4 on that.
Brought down by 13, Michael George, and 51 to Jarius
Maybe
Jones.
5, not a bad little play. Again, haven't seen a lot of Brace Wilson running the ball. A couple times he's carried it, he's been stopped pretty quickly.
Play action pass, Olsen
Oh, boy.
fires. Ooh, nearly. That's Cooper Bryant on the intended receiver.
Bryant knew continuing that route was going to take him right into a defender, and so he hesitated, and Olsen was waiting for him. And really just a smart play by Cooper Bryant, knocking that ball down and getting it away from the defender. So 3rd and 5 here for the Mustangs.
Play action pass again. Olsen drops back over the middle, dangerous.
Yeah.
Olsen's pass intended for number 17, Caleb Haas, is incomplete.
Minot's been doing a better job of getting pressure. They're getting to Olsen. He's been unable to set his feet and really step forward when he's throwing. He's throwing off that back foot a lot, and we know he's good at that, but it's leading to some really dangerous passes here. He's got the one pick already tonight that Minot turned into a touchdown. And there's the punt.
It's a fair catch right around the 48. So quick stop for the Magi. Less than 2 minutes to go here. We're still in the 3rd. I mean, that's a lot of stoppages.
Yeah, it seems real. Well, a lot of incomplete passes, a lot of penalties, just a lot of clock stoppages here tonight, where we're used to seeing that clock continuing to run a little more freely. So, you know, even with the 10-point lead, Cheyenne certainly isn't out of the woods here at head 30-20 with 2 minutes to go in the 3rd and the entire 4th quarter to play.
Far from over.
There's that pull.
Number 2, Tyson Rosiska on the carry. 24, Grant Tenney is in on the
That was actually a really good job. That, you know, even though he didn't make the tackle, that was Carson Wilkie that went in and stuffed that lead blocker, kind of gave up his body, and that's what opened up the ability for Rosiska to be tackled. So that was a really nice job by Wilkie on that, filling the gap on the run. Good job stringing that one out by the Mustang defense.
So 3rd and 7. Chance for potentially another stop here. The defense is coming up big on these last couple possessions for each team. We're down to 1 minute to go here in the 3rd. 13 minutes to go in this game overall. The trip to the Dakota Bowl 31 on the line.
Conklin out wide left. Be looking out for him. Oh!
Ooh, nearly intercepted. Kraft, the intended receiver.
Peter's pass intended for number 17, Caden Kraft, is incomplete. Number 10, Casey Menz on the coverage for the Mustangs.
Menz undercut that. I think he thought he had a beat on that and probably saw a 6 going the other way. But that ball tonight so cold, and with a little bit of juice on that one sailed right through everybody's hands. So 4th and 6, Minot opting to go for it this time in Sheyenne territory. Again, boy, you got Conklin out there by himself. It'll be interesting to see.
Yeah, that's going to be a timeout.
So Minot uses their first timeout of the second half. I'm guessing they're still planning to go for it, but maybe hoping to draw Sheyenne off sides there and set up an easy 4th and 1 or an easier 4th and 1 opportunity. Sheyenne doesn't bite on it, so Minot uses that timeout. So now down to 38 seconds here in the third quarter. Looking around the scores around the state, all that's going on are the 2A games. Jamestown has taken the lead over Grand Forks Central. They lead now 13-7 with 4 minutes left in the fourth. And Fargo North, with 9 minutes to go in the game, up 33-6 on Horace. Probably not a shock, Jackson, but really for Horace in their second season, made great strides to make it to the semifinals of the playoffs. Really nice job by their staff and their players.
Beater over the middle. That pass is caught by Conklin. Big fourth down conversion for the Magi.
They roll Beater out, and he took a beating on that one. He takes a hit, but sticks in there and delivers to Conklin enough to move the chains and keep this drive going for Minot.
Gonna have time for one more play here to go in the third. Maybe two if they're quick. Up the middle here with Rosiska, and he almost broke free there, but he stopped. Great tackle there from Noah
I think that was
Olson.
Noah Olson. That was a touchdown saver, that's for sure. And Minot, they're trying. There's
First
4
down,
seconds.
First down, stop the clock, so it's gonna give him time for one more play here. And nope, never mind. That's gonna be the end of the third quarter, and what a wild one that was. 2 touchdowns from each team, so 26 points in that quarter alone. What a long one that was. We're finally to the fourth quarter, and the Mustangs have the lead, 30-20 there, 12 minutes away from another Dakota Bowl appearance. We'll be right back for the start of the fourth.
What does it take to make fitness part of your lifestyle? It's intention. It's commitment. It's resilience. It's just who you are. You put in the time and effort to stay active. Our expert orthopedic and sports medicine providers also put in the time and effort to invest in new methods and treatments. Whatever you do to stay active, we are here to keep you moving. It's just who we are. Orthopedics and sports medicine like nowhere else.
"12 minutes to go in this semifinal matchup between the Magi and the Mustangs here at Essentia Health Mustang Stadium. The Mustangs hold on to a 10-point lead here. Magi are driving, trying to make it a one-score game and get the lead down to, their deficit down to 3. The drive they much need a score on. Here's a fake, and look at this, a great catch by Kraft. He gets out of bounds too to stop the clock right around the 10.
Nice pass by Beater. Irie pushes Kraft out. Second and about 4. So Minot driving here, see if they can pull within 1 score. There's that power handoff. That lead blocker. I think that may be enough for a first down. Just shy.
Aaron Canola and Dylan Thomas chatting it up out there in the blistering cold. It's amazing what Aaron Canola has done for Mustang Media. He got things going and us off the ground. And there's also Mr. Salmon as well. Credit to Salmon and Thomas stepping up for this year.
Yeah.
Canola kind of taking,
more of an advisory or more of a district level role, yes.
But it all started with Aaron Canola. You and him were just messing around, broadcasting a couple games with microphones.
It started with COVID, and we just thought, or Aaron thought, hey, how can we get a product out? How can we show people when we were limited to how many people could be in the gym and those sorts of things? And he came up with the idea, hey, let's broadcast this. And when he texted me and asked if I wanted to come call the first basketball game, I thought I was being punked. But, Indeed, we did it, and then it just kind of took off from there. And I know I certainly wouldn't have guessed it was going to become what it has become.
Here's a run up the middle with Broderick, trying to fight his way across the goal line. He's stopped short.
Griffin Broderick on the carry, stopped by number 24 Grant Henney and number 55 Kate Petshot.
About down to the 1.
Hey, Mustang fans, it's third down and goal from the 1-yard line.
From the 1. Magi trying to make it a one-score game once again.
There's the...
Let's see if he's in here.
Peter on the quarterback keeper.
He's in for the touchdown, and the Magi are now back within 1 score. Beater in with the quarterback sneak. Boy, what a crowd for this evening. You know, it seems like there wasn't going to be much people, but I think everyone's just trying to stay as warm as possible, Dan, and then they just show up right when the game's about to start.
Yeah, it's great to see the kids. It's great to see all the fans. Everyone's dressed up, bundled up. We're from North Dakota. We know how to dress and how to deal with this.
Penalty marker on the play.
That's going to be an offsides on the kick.
Encroachment on defense. They'll place the ball half the distance to goal. Retry.
Oh, so a decision for Minot here. Do you cut it to 3 or at half the distance to the goal at about the 2? Do you try something and bring it within 2 points? But it looks like they're going to line up for one more PAT. Oh,
yeah, they did try to pick. Oh, it's fumble, and that's going to be a stop.
And it stopped, and it stays at 4. It's 1 score, but that takes away the possibility of a field goal at this point.
Magicians 26.
Wow, goofy.
Once again,
the way this is playing out.
In the building, you have won a $75 gift card to Shields. Please come to the press box and collect your card.
Well, obviously a pretty big possession here for Cheyenne. It'd be great to come away with points of some kind on this one.
For the Mustangs is number 3, Race Wilson.
Just over 10 to play here. 4-point lead for the Mustangs.
Squib kick here, a little bit of a line drive here, and that's received right around the 15. That's Caleb Haas.
Good return.
Well done. Up past the 35.
Yeah. For a squib kick for a guy who usually isn't going to be the ball carrier on that. Good recognition. Gets north and south quickly. Gets as many yards as he can. And Cheyenne takes over at their own 37.
First and 10 from their own 37-yard line.
Well, we'll see what Coach Newton can dial up on this possession. I'd like to see them at least try and go to Race Wilson here with some runs.
Oh, look at this. Kane Olsen keeps it. First down, Mustangs up. Oh,
but they say the ball's down. Yes, it is. Fumbled by Olsen and picked up by the Magicians.
Wow. I thought you said he was down there for a second, but you meant the ball was out, and yeah. Wow, that is huge for the Magi.
So right at midfield, Minot's going to take over. Down 4, now the chance to take a lead. 17-7, Jackson, at the end of halftime. 24-7. Yep. You think, oh, this thing has to be done. And now Minot with an opportunity.
Magicians take over first and 10 from midfield.
It was a great play design. Kane Olsen kept it in the middle, got the first down yardage, and then ball pops out. Burke in motion, play action.
Fake. They're going to go over the top.
Beater here fires, and that is incomplete, out of reach of Burke.
Beater's pass intended for number 3, Kellen Burke, is incomplete. Link, 2nd and 10 for midfield. Tyler Holland, this is your last call. If you are not at the press box in 1 minute, we are going to redraw for the $75 gift card.
Rosiska gets 5 yards.
Tyson Rosiska on the carry.
Good run.
Boy, now we're definitely out of our people are on the edge of their seats. Dan, this is a huge drive here, and
it really is.
And man, that turnover really stings. There's 9 minutes to go here, so possibly, I mean, if the Magi were to go on and score and take off a few more minutes, there'd be one more drive maybe for the Mustangs.
It's a possibility.
So you got to get a stop here if you're Sheyenne. Here's play action. Beater rolls to his right, fires over the middle. That's caught. Let's see if it's caught. Let's see if he's out or we'll see. What a catch. And that is caught.
Good.
Wow. Kraft.
Number 17, Caden Kraft.
Oh boy. Things are heating up here at Essentia Mustang Stadium. Not literally, though, of course. We're talking in terms of intensity and on the line. Rosiska just trying to fight for yards after contact, and he stopped.
But they're picking up 4 or 5 yards of crack here, Jackson. Something that Sheyenne was able to prevent earlier in the second half. Sheyenne getting pinned up with their backs to their end zone here. Need to find a way to get a stop.
Another carry, yeah, they're just eating away here.
Yeah.
Hey, Mustang fans, it's 3rd down and 2 for the Magicians.
Well, certainly 4 down territory, so at 3rd and 2.
It is getting loud here at Essentia Mustang Stadium. Less than 8 minutes to go. The Magi trying to take the lead on this drive. Can the defense make the clutchest stop of the season? Olsen flying in there.
Number 34. Broderick on the carry.
Olsen's down. He did not. Okay, he's up. It looks like he got hurt there for a second. He just flew in there. He was blitzing.
Along with number 9, Wyatt Samardzija.
That's a first down.
It is a Magi first down. First and 10 from the Mustangs' 18-yard line.
Burke in motion, he gets it around the end here.
Number 3,
1 yard or so.
Number 4, Noah Olsen on the stop.
Good job. That was right on the sideline. Got to be careful that you don't keep riding that guy after you've gotten him out of bounds and throw him down. Last thing you need is an unnecessary roughness penalty to add on, but a good job by Sheyenne. Loss of 2 for Minot on that one. They're going outside.
Yeah, this is Conklin. He breaks the tackle. Gets shoved forward to the 10.
Step through an artery. He pulled right out of the tackle of a Sheyenne defender.
Hey, Mustang fans, it's 3rd.
Less than 7 to go.
3 for the Magicians.
So a field goal does not tie it here. The defense has got to find a way here to not allow 3 yards in 2 plays here. The Magi in the red zone. Oh, Olsen's out. Oh, there's a big, that's how you start it. It's going to be 4th and long now.
Samardzija comes up with a huge stop, backs him up.
Coming off a collarbone injury.
That's going to make it 4th and 11.
Loss of 9 on the play will make it.
All right, again, the defense. I mean, this is.
We're 4th and about 13 on this one.
6 minutes to go. If the defense were to get a stop, the offense still does have to take care of the ball. It's
you
plenty
have
of time
to
in
take
this
care
game.
of it. You need to run that down. But huge play here. Obviously be looking for Conklin.
First thing to get done is a stop here. Beater rolls out to his right, over the top here, and it's caught.
It is caught. Unbelievable pass.
Wow.
Great pass.
Kraft again.
To Kraft. Great pass by Beater. Putting it right on that outside shoulder where only Kraft could come down with it. Not terrible coverage at all by Sheyenne, but a huge
That is a punch in the gut to the Mustang defense on 4th and 13. That's 2 4th down conversions over 10 yards that the Mustangs have given up. And now this is Broderick up the middle, and he's in.
Yeah.
Touchdown, Magi, and they take the lead for just the second time this game. With 5:39 to go here in the game. Talk about clutch. I mean, just ice cold, cold-blooded. The offense with the 4th and 13 conversion where they needed it most.
Kellen Burke on to attempt the extra point.
An extra point good here does, keep it within a field goal. It is good by Burke. So 33-30, the Magi have the lead here. 5:39 to go in the 4th.
33, Mustangs 30.
Dan, this is the biggest offensive drive of the season. I mean,
easily,
and
not even close.
How exciting this season has been. What you couldn't ask for. Honestly, you couldn't have asked for a more situation where you can do something that's huge, like one of the biggest moments of your high school career.
Absolutely, and if you're Sheyenne, you've had your back to the wall before in multiple games that we've had this year. And look, these guys know how to execute, but you still got to go out there and you got to make it happen, right? So Coach Newton's going to look at his play sheet, and I would guess there's maybe 4 or 5 plays that he feels most comfortable with. Those are the ones we'll probably see the heaviest dose of. At 5.5 minutes, the other thing is you got to be careful of, if Sheyenne were able to go down and tie or take a lead, you got to be careful how much time you leave for Minot, because Minot has shown the ability to get vertical and move the ball this second half. But it starts here. You handle the kickoff, see if you can get some positive yardage and get some decent field position to start, and then see what your offense can do.
Now the exciting nerves are definitely kicking back in here for us, Dan, up here in the booth for sure.
Oh, they're going to say his knee was down as he fielded that, so the ball's going to be right there at about the 23 or 24 yard line.
Man, so they're going to have 77 yards to go here.
This is when you take a look in the huddle, Jackson, at every
other.
guy, and you look at each other, and this is what you put in that work during the summer at camp, those 2-a-days in the fall. This is what it comes down to. Do you want it more than the other team? Can you execute when the plays are biggest, when the time is biggest?
Play action pass. And Kane Olsen's just going to get rid of that.
Smart play.
Pass is incomplete.
Stops the clock, but also no gain, so 2nd and 10.
Smart decision by Olsen. Not what you wanted, of course, but
no. But this is probably 4-down territory on this possession. You're going to go for it each time you have to, unless it's a ridiculously difficult 4th down situation.
Olsen's going to keep it.
He's got 2 hands on her that time.
7, Caden Olsen on the carry is brought down by number 33, Brady Larson. 3rd and 5 for the Mustangs.
Picks up about half of what they needed. 3rd and 5 here.
Over the middle, great play. Tries to fight forward. That's Bryant.
Just short. The one thing that I said, that we've gone away from here is getting Race Wilson the ball.
And I'm not sure why.
I don't know either.
Gosh.
You know, only going to him a couple times, that's been head scratching, but 4th and very short. They're going to pass on this one. And going for it all.
Oh, that's a flag. Yes, pass interference. Oh.
Colby Walter stops, has to adjust for it. D-back does not have his head turned, does not see where the ball is, and so he runs into Colby Walter. What looks like it's going to be defensive pass interference. That's what makes it so hard to be a D-back, right?
Oh, for
you know,
sure.
that receiver always has their eyes on the ball. They make an adjustment. You're trying to keep stride with them and adjust to their routes, and then by the time you realize something has changed, you can easily bump into a player like that. So that one is going to rescue Sheyenne on that one.
Olson's going to keep it here.
Number 7, Caden Olson on the keeper.
Picks up just 1 on that.
33, Brady Larson on the stop.
The butterflies are definitely developing in my stomach, Dan, that's for sure. You got 4 minutes and 15 seconds to go here. Bryant in motion. Dumps it off.
Oh, boy.
Oh. Wow.
Fake that jet sweep, and they were going to go back to him on that pass. Sniffed out well by the Minot D, and so we're at 3rd and long here. Play we haven't really seen.
Aravet there with the stop there, number 75.
3rd and 9 for the Mustangs.
So 3rd and 9. Gets rid of it quickly. Now has some ground to work with here. Look at this. It's number 55.
Complete number 55, Kate
Petchak there. Oh, look at that, Dan.
The tackle eligible. Hopefully he.
36 landed.
What a nice play. I mean,
reported eligible on that. And that's what they're going to talk about. I got to be honest here, Jackson. I'm not sure of the high school rules. If a ineligible number has to report as a eligible receiver, or if you're just on the end. We also have a Sheyenne player down. Looks like maybe cramping a little bit. Let's see what the refs say about this.
It's got to be too late, though, in my opinion.
Illegal touching on the offense. An ineligible number, which is illegal touching. 5-yard call from the spot, loss of down.
And the loss of down is what really hurts, because that now brings up a 4th down with 3:55 to go.
Unbelievable.
So a 4th and about 2 becomes 4th, about 13 here.
Oh, man.
This could be the season. And
intercepted, underthrown. That is Conklin on the interception, and he's going to return this across the 40.
Well, Jackson, you have 3:42. You have all 3 timeouts.
That is true.
It is all on your defense now. They have to stop them. This has to be a 3-and-out, a 4-and-out scenario here. If you're Sheyenne, you pull out all the stops. I think you do what you can to put some pressure on Beater if you're able to. Obviously, Coach Newton thought that play to Petchak was not an illegal play, but the refs call it that way. Good job by the defense there standing up. Rosiska right at the line of scrimmage, no gain. And there goes timeout number 1 for Sheyenne. 3:33 to go.
The first charge timeout.
Man, you got to give the Magi defense some credit here on these last years. They have shut down the Mustangs. They haven't scored since the middle of the third quarter there.
Yeah, they adjusted. They made the adjustments they needed to. And on the offensive side as well, they've been able to make adjustments that have given them opportunities to get points on the board. I mean, Minot has put 26 points on the board here in the second half.
They've outscored the Mustangs 13. Yeah, it's been the Magi here in the second half. Here's Rosiska around the end here.
Oh, and he makes a cut.
Wow.
That's going to be enough for a first down.
First down for the Magi from the Mustangs 24-yard line.
So first down for Minot as we wind down to 3:10, moving towards 3 minutes to go in the game. Rosiska.
Yeah, here's Rosiska again. Breaks to the left side. He gets around and he's inside the 15, tackled at the 12.
Smartly goes down. I think he had the thought right away of going out of bounds, and that, of course, would have stopped the clock. And he just kind of held up his body and let himself be tackled in the field of play. And that's going to move the chains yet again. We're under 3.
.236 to go. Here's Broderick, and he's just short.
Yeah, almost. Dragging guys with him. The big bruiser takes it down to the 1. Cheyenne's going to, this looks like an injury timeout.
Timeout on the field for injury.
2:23 to go.
It's Becker down.
Come on, Beck. Get up, Beck. He might have pockets.
That does not look good, but struggling to walk off the field there. That's Jackson Becker.
That's an ankle or a knee, something.
Ugly way to end your high school football career.
Hey, guess what?
Good thing he's able to at least get off the field somewhat on his own. I mean,
so Minot can actually, it looks like, get a first down here. They have a second down in front of them. They can't actually get a first down yet to get to first and goal. This is where we've seen Beater do the quarterback sneak here in previous possessions. Clock is now running again. He's wisely just burning the clock. Still 15 to go on the play clock here. So he's going to burn as much of that as he possibly can before he snaps the ball. Under 10 now.
Here's the motion from Kraft.
They're going to take it down and burn a timeout. So 141.
Second timeout.
Minot uses their second timeout. Coach Endershot wanting to make sure everybody's on the same page of what they want to do.
Utter disbelief, Dan. I just, Minot outscoring the Mustangs here 26-13 here in the second half. And this is it seemed like when we got the control back, when we went up 30-20, you know.
It seemed like definitely that was going to be a deal. and especially scoring right away out of halftime. That okay? Your defense just needs to kind of hold their ground, and slow that game, slow Minot down. But that third quarter, there were so many stoppages with incomplete passes and penalties and things like that. That really gave Minot time to continue to have options to get into it. This quarter has gone easily twice as fast as what the third quarter did in terms of time.
Oh, the touchdown's going to put this one on ice. Here's Broderick up the middle, and he is in for the touchdown. Well, let's see, actually.
Nope.
Maybe premature.
But
Nope, he's not.
That's enough for a first down. So at a minute 32 and 2 timeouts left, really all Minot has to do is take a knee the rest of the way.
It is first and goal from the half-yard line.
And Minot knows that they are in the driver's seat with this. Yep.
No, they're just going to take a knee.
Peter takes a knee. There's
a knee.
Timeout.
Cheyenne.
So that's the second timeout for Sheyenne. 1:09 to go. But it's second and goal. Again, all Minot really has to do is complete a couple of successful snaps and they can run this game out.
I'm definitely lost for words now, Dan. That's for. I mean, this is not the way to go out.
Yeah, it just at some point in that third quarter, Sheyenne was unable to capitalize offensively, unable to continue to convert and get first downs. Minot came up with some things that Sheyenne really struggled with defensively, and they kept putting points on the board and just slowly but surely changed the momentum and flip the scoreboard on the Mustangs. And there's
here he's gonna try to punch it in here.
He's gonna be short.
Lucas Peter short of the goal line.
And there's a timeout again. So 1:01 to go. That should bring up third and goal. Sheyenne now out of timeouts.
Cheyenne, the final timeout.
So I guess if I'm Minot, I continue with just that quarterback sneak with Beater. If you're unable to get it in with the play clock, you can run it under 30 seconds. I guess at some point Minot does have to try and punch it in or do something. Otherwise, you're going to end up giving Sheyenne one shot, on offense. So obviously Minot's going to want to try and punch this one in and end it right there. Here we go. Third and goal.
Third and goal, 61 seconds to go, and Beater's going to be...
I don't know that he got that one. Now they say they did.
Yep. Beater punches through the goal line.
That will
and
do
the
it.
Magicians are going to seal the deal. Unbelievable.
So now a 9-point lead. Extra point, chance to extend it to 10.
Kellen Burke on to attempt the extra point.
There's this little trickery here. Nope, Minot player forgot he was on PAT. Busy celebrating.
Burke's extra point is good. 40-30.
Kick is good with 54 seconds remaining. Minot 40, Cheyenne 30.
It's just really settling in now, Daddy. That
Oh, God.
man has just left the Mustang community just speechless.
Yeah.
And then this is definitely a game the Mustangs had control of, and they let it slip away.
Yeah. Again, and give credit to Minot. I mean,
You do. You gotta.
Minot played really well in this second half. They converted on big plays when they needed to. They dialed up some things offensively that were successful, and they kept going to them. So really a good job by Minot in that regard. But Cheyenne lost all momentum there halfway through that third quarter and just unable to really get anything going again offensively the rest of the game. Minot continued to bring heat. Caden Olson unable to be successful as a passer. Not sure if that was exactly what Burke intended, but regardless, it's kicked out of bounds.
Man, I think this game would be a different story if that penalty wasn't called. The Mustangs definitely had a doable chance there on fourth down to keep that drive alive to go back up.
Yeah, and again, I'm not familiar enough with the rules of high school football. If he has to report as an eligible receiver there, I'm honestly unaware for sure of what it is. That's what the refs called, that it was an illegal touch by an ineligible receiver. It wasn't touched by someone first. And you're right, it went from a 4th and 1 opportunity to a 4th and 11, and just Cheyenne unable to bounce back from that as that one is thrown behind.
Complete behind Haas there.
For number 17, Caleb Haas is incomplete.
So 3rd and 10 with 47 seconds to go.
Caden Olson getting pressure, throws across his body.
Picked off the turf there by
Colby Walter,
and that'll be enough to move the chains. But the clock will stop for just a few seconds as they move the chains, and it's running again.
We gotta be quick here, and Olson.
Oh, there.
And that's intercepted. That's gonna seal the deal. Slipped out of his hands, and that's gonna be a pick 6. And the Magicians are gonna go all the way here. And they're going to be the team that's going to go up against the defending champion Deacons in Dakota Bowl 31 for the 3A division.
Third turnover of the night for the Mustangs. 2 interceptions by Caden Olson. He also had the fumble that hurt earlier in the game as well. We were in the second half after a good run, and the ball popped out. And so Cheyenne's going to be left asking, what if? A lot of opportunities that they feel like probably slipped past them.
Yeah, that was Brady Larson on the pick 6 there. And this is the most points the Mustangs have given up all season. The Magicians passed the Shanley's 42-point mark that they put up on the Mustangs early in the season back in week 4.
So 17-point deficit, 3 scores, 24 seconds, no timeouts. This is academic now. And some of the Cheyenne faithful are starting to pack up. Undoubtedly disappointed at the way this season's going to come to an end.
Man, in the semifinals too. A chance to redeem from last year and, you know, make a statement and give back to the Dakota Bowl, a place that you thought you were going to be in the year prior when you got knocked out early. And
as
this
the
kind of
number one
feels
seed,
it kind of feels like an early loss again, because it's just, you know, it feels like if you don't get back to the Dakota Bowl, you know, you didn't do what you wanted to,
exactly,
you know, to respond.
You know, and Cheyenne, I'm sure thinking, you know, we want another shot at Shanley, but they, just really offensively unable to get much of anything going here in the second half.
If you're Minot, this is the season you've been waiting for a little over 5 years now. You know, they got to the Dakota Bowl in 2017. They lost to West Fargo 56-28 in the Fargodome. And now they struggled for a little bit, you know, those years. They didn't make the playoffs, but they weren't able to make a run. And this is now this year's team, you know, going into that game against the Mustangs. They've had a lot of shutouts this year. And, you know, to get through this Mustang squad here at Essentia Mustang Stadium is unbelievable. To put up 47 points in the semis.
And I'm sure it's not lost on Minot. You know, Minot finished the season technically as the number 2 ranked team in the state, because that's going to be the end here. But because of the QRF and the fact that West Fargo, Sheyenne had played against Shanley and Minot hadn't, that's why Sheyenne was able to jump over them and be the host tonight instead of this game taking place up in Minot. And so I'm sure that Minot, you know, wanted to prove they had a chance to beat Sheyenne earlier this year, and they wanted to make sure that they took care of business this time. And so it's a bitter ending for this Mustang group of seniors who've given so much to this program the last few years.
Yeah, I mean, that's like a punch in the gut, really. You really thought with, you know, the new offense this year, you know, I think that was another statement, too. Like, can we get back to the Dakota Bowl with an entirely new offense this year and make a statement to everyone that, hey, we're back and better? And it's not to be. You know, they come up one game short, and the Magi are going to go back to the Dakota Bowl for the first time since 2017. They'll have a shot against the defending champions, the Shanley Deacons, a team that's averaging 50 points a game this season. And the Magi, they'll just put up 47 against the Mustangs on the road.
And Minot, I know, knows that they have a tough task in front of them, but, you know, feels like, hey, they rightfully belong there. They were able to come and defeat a good Cheyenne squad on their home field tonight. And so, unfortunately, that's going to end Cheyenne's season.
Yeah, Cheyenne's going to finish the season here 8-3.
Yep.
They're going to finish the season 8-3 overall. The Magi, man, gosh, you just got to give them credit down the stretch.
Hey.
I mean, 30-26. I mean, late in the third quarter there.
So
looks like there's a lot of people talking about that.
Yeah, and so what I'm being told here by a high school ref says that you can't declare eligible in high school. It's all numbers based. 0 to 49 and 80 to 99 are eligible in high school. And, of course, Cade Petchak is number 55, so he doesn't fall within that number. So, regardless, I mean, Cheyenne had opportunities. We talked about the turnovers and the inability to get things going offensively for much of the second half. So, and again, take nothing away from Minot. They did a fantastic job here in this second half, putting up 40 points in one half.
That's the thing that really, and then I think it was, I mean, most of that was in the fourth quarter, obviously, with the touchdowns laid down the stretch there. You just got to give them credit. You really do.
Yep,
I mean,
they executed.
There's no other way to put it. They scored 20 points in the fourth quarter there. I mean, that's just, it really stings if you're Cheyenne. You know, finish the season 8-3 and just one game short. I mean, it's just another heartbreaking playoff loss at home at Essentia Health Mustang Stadium. But man, Dan, I still had fun with you up here. This has just been
Always
a blast
fun.
the last 3 years, you know, calling these football games. Hopefully I can come back for more, depending on where I go to college, and you know how busy I'll be academically, of course, because you know college is very
important.
It's very important. It's challenging and it's very time consuming academically. So it's just
absolutely.
Hopefully I'll be able to come back. Obviously I still got during my basketball season.
Basketball seasons.
During my basketball season I'll be playing, but I think the sport I'll be calling though during the winter is wrestling.
Okay.
I'll be able to call some wrestling games with Chris Zink
Okay.
So that'll be fun to do, and it's going to be arguably the last sport that I'll call as a high school student.
Yep.
Spring stuff, we haven't been able to figure out much how to do that yet. Hopefully, if something comes up, we could call some spring stuff this year. But man, this really a tough way to go out, but it's been a blast. And this year definitely, I think, was my favorite up in the booth. Out of the 3 years that we've been calling, just a lot more exciting. The offenses, came to play this year for sure. That's gonna do it for tonight's semifinal broadcast between the Magicians and the Mustangs. A tough way to go out. Mustang Nation, I know it's really very heartbreaking for us, but it's just you learn from losses, Dan. You learn more from losing than you do from winning.
Always do.
Yeah, and the Magi are going to come in and Essentia, the Mustang Stadium here, and knock off the Mustangs 47-30. They're going to head back to the Dakota Bowl for the first time since 2017, and they're going to take on the defending champs, the number 1 seed, the Shanley Deacons. Mustangs, another heartbreaking playoff loss, but it always gives you an opportunity to bounce back, and we'll see what happens next year. Don't forget to check out our social media pages. Riley Rahr is constantly posting on those. And also subscribe to our YouTube channel so you can get notifications on when we go live. Click the bell. And also our social media links are in the description below here on our broadcast here on YouTube. I'm Jackson Miller. I appreciate all the support from you guys. Shout out to everyone that's worked out for Mustang Media. Shout out to you, Dan, and Eric Canola, the man who started it all. I asked me to call a basketball game with him freshman year. Couldn't give you guys enough more credit. I'm just the guy up here that just rambles and talks and does some sports research. That's pretty much it. But I've had a blast these last 3 years as a high school student calling these football games.
I have too, Jackson.
It's been a tremendous experience, and I'm just glad that all you guys tuning in have just been continuing to tune in these past 3 years. We turned this into something that bigger than we could ever imagine when we first started. I'm Jackson Miller.
I'm Dan Wolf.
Mustang Nation, we'll see you guys next time here on Mustang Media. Have a good night.